Alright then, so much for Jackalor's saga. Bacon. Eventually, shortly after you come back with the gator with Bob, Michelle's gonna make her way back as well. And, let's say that she told the sheriff about the hunters trying to kill you and he's gonna look into it.
That's nice. I will ask if she knows anything about the hunters, or if they are new.
Oh, I can give you the locations where they gather. We know a few. They haven't been that big a problem as long as you don't leave dead people around or look like complete monsters. So, well, you know.
Yes, I get it.
But anyway, that's not what I wanted to talk to you about. You heard that the sheriff might be having a moment with the Malkavians? They apparently fucked up. So I think you, Sergio, should head over there, what with, being how then. So should you always say there. Remember that fucker I told you about? The one that blew up one of our guys a couple years back? One of the Malkavians. Yes. There might be an opportunity there. It would be good to be on the spot just in case.
Okay. You want it through the legal way, or if he gets a loan, I deal with it?
Well, don't get caught. I mean, the prince would hate it if anything happened to one of her Malkavians. I, of course, couldn't countenance any sort of accident happening to him through no fault of our own.
Alright. So, let's hope that he don't trip in my machete.
That would be horrible. Please don't do that. Well, I warn you and I'm sure you will be good boys and behave yourselves very well. Have fun.
Yes. I just look for a weapon on these sewers. I hope there's some knife, machete, anything like that that can be concealed.
You can definitely conceal a knife. I'm gonna check if they have an arsenal dot with someone down. What about you, Fred? Did you come with guns? No. Trisha did. But Trisha has 2 dots of arsenal. So yes, you can get a machete, you can get a fire axe, or you can get a shotgun, whatever floats your boat. You can get a weapon.
I would take a melee weapon. I don't remember if a machete can be concealed. I know that an axe can't.
A machete can in a trench coat, I believe.
Okay, yeah.
But I think, essentially, if you draw it, it will break your obfuscate because it's too big a weapon.
Yes, it's a large weapon. I'm aware of that.
You can take a machete and a knife in case you need to strike from obfuscate. FYI.
Okay. I take both and will leave any ranged weapons because I can't shoot.
And you can just grappily.
Yeah, that's why we have potents.
So you head on over there. Maybe you will definitely beat them and the sheriff there for a variety of reasons. The glorious Malkavian clan is gonna be listening very skeptically to a not very convincing Waldo when you get there. I'm not hearing you.
No, I'm just trying to. All the tokens are gone, so.
Yes, I'm gonna drag them out fresh.
Okay. But well, I was kind of hoping to just go over this quickly because there's going to be a lot of other shit. But okay.
Um, Given that you have aspects and are perceptive enough and it's a small enough number, Tyrone isn't here.
I mean, I already know. Wait,
Not the
wasn't
one that
Tyrone
went
the one
out
that was
of
leaving?
town, no. Tyrone is the one that keeps to himself for the most part.
Uh, give a quick check on Tyrone.
Okay. Tyrone? Let's see. What is Tyrone doing? Tyrone is telling a pair of ghouls that he has discovered a plot to end his life this very night.
I sent him a thought. Wait, what?
We must be ready. We can trust no one. The Nosferatu are coming for us. We have prepared for this day
Nosferatu!
for years.
The fuck are they doing?
He's trying to ignore you, just twitching whenever you send images in his mind. Now, I have trained you well. Remember where the traps are. Then he makes them go over their weapons.
You know what, Tyrone? Just stay safe. Just stay safe.
He just
I
nods
will
at
then
that.
I then switch over to the sheriff.
The sheriff is sharpening an axe, whistling to himself.
Kurt, so one of the Malkavians, Tyrone, leave him alone at the moment. It appears he is, very worried about an attack upon his person. He has set up a lot of traps for anyone coming through.
Give me
I'll
an
make sure you know when.
give me an intelligence expression roll on this, because that's a little more complicated to get across in images and concepts.
Okay, so we're going with that? Alright.
Yeah.
Total.
Okay. He just starts nodding as he's whistling to himself. Yep, that's what the beckoning is for.
Yep, just if you do bring him to you, make sure that you get him back home safe.
Okay. Alright
Okay,
then.
well, walk over here.
The Malps are essentially saying, I mean, their argument seems to be that you told us it's what Vivi would have wanted. What the fuck is his problem?
Do sorry to interrupt a bit, but as I see that she's pretty much losing the crowd, this is a bit of a sensitive issue. You see, while it was certainly something I had been thinking about to a pretty decent degree, you had not received actual permission to go through with the act, either through me or through the sheriff. Kurt is very annoyed by this, and he had a very good argument for not allowing people to just do things even if it does follow through with something that somebody else wants.
Okay.
So I just need everyone to try and, as long as you are willing to accept punishment, it is not a bad, it is not very bad in a way. But that is the real crux of the issue. If you take an action by yourself, you need to at least be willing to accept the punishment that would follow for it.
Okay. Let's see. I think this is the way you're spinning it. It's gonna be like a charisma politics argument. So we're gonna call it a difficulty 5 because of the kid thing and enchanting voice. But yeah, I think politics is a lot more fitting than straight up leadership here.
Okay. I think it makes sense. It's kind of, it's a bit of a mix, but it definitely follows more along the lines of how to keep a society going together. That makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right. So, willpower point. I need this to happen. And I don't know about the other things that I might need willpower points later, but feel fairly big about this, so.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
2 successes.
Okay, well, they don't accept it without complaint, and you do think that this is one of those rare times where you come out with a little less capital with the Malks than you went in with, but they eventually accept that fine, we'll keep the peace, and sure, I guess this has to happen.
Basically how I wanted it to go.
Hey,
And expected.
um, Bacon, how do you and Sergio, how do you plan on getting to the park?
I look at Sergio and ask, "Do you drive?"
Um, like the ventriloquist Billy, he picks me up when we need to go someplace. Uh, Keep a lookout, make sure mortals aren't looking at me. I'm gonna use the payphone.
All right.
He uses the payphone to call the sheriff and call Billy to get picked up.
Better than my plan of stealing a car for him.
Okay. Billy's gonna keep throwing curious looks at you as you're driving to the park. But you'll arrive at more or less the same time as the sheriff.
I would just leave the car, nod to Sergio, and obfuscate after getting to a corner.
Okay. He kind of just rolls his eyes a little and follows along with Billy. Okay. Who else did Kurt have at... Fred. Fred was a hound. Fred would definitely be there. Actually, Fred is likely to be with Allied sending a message to the hunters. Because he's a good kid with lots of useful disciplines. So it would be Sergio, Billy, and Brenna here.
Hey, Brenna. I remember you.
Just the image of a demon going splat in a single strike.
Yep.
Okay. Sheriff makes an entrance, flanked by his people and ghouls. Alkavian's visibly tense. Just takes a few steps forward and okay, everyone's gathered and Alkavian's made a case for me going easy on you. So, he looks at Walda. Only one of you needs to get burned today. The rest, I think each of you owing a minor boon to the position of sheriff is appropriate for what we will generously call the first offense. How about that? Just silence. I slowly, expectantly turn to Vivian.
I mean, just surprised how far he's trying to take that. Jesus.
I mean, given that he's saying to the position of sheriff and not him personally, it's kind of a, you know, do
No, that
something.
makes okay.
Yeah, like you help enforce
Okay.
order, like to make up for you fucking up.
If it is as Clan Malkavian as a whole, I would be willing to go through with it.
I was thinking as a separate favor for everyone involved, because that way it's, well, what's a minor favor for one? It's gonna vary a great deal. For someone else, that might be a big deal. Like for example, I mean, there's Bobby
No, I was
there.
talking about the burning. I was talking about the
Oh,
burning thing.
yeah, no, that's as far as the burning, well, I would really prefer the actual instigator pay for the crime. Looking straight at Walda like a fucking laser. Make a luck roll to see if you find werewolves while scouting.
No, I'm scouting the Octavians, seeing if there's any target. The guy is here.
No one seems to fit the description.
I was trying to get out the angles.
Yeah, no.
So far away.
The really attractive asshole is definitely not it. Neither is Byron. And Bobby. Bobby always has the same slightly deranged grin that's calculated to put people off. And that fucking blue shirt. People suspect he has like 24 of them. Of the, exact same shirt.
They might not be wrong.
The truly knowledgeable say that at one point, he broke into a warehouse and just stole a box of them. Waldo seems very unhappy with Kurt saying that he really wants her to pay for this.
I think it could be said that as it was my I suppose you could say, feelings and curiosity that instigated the matter, I could be the one to have started this.
Well, we've had a problem with this from day one in the city. Honestly, starting with the gangrel, there was a great deal of how Dan would have wanted this, I think, going on at the time. And that really shouldn't be an excuse.
Don't think I actually understood what he said. I'm not sure if I just didn't quite hear right or something, but
Same. That was confusing.
Okay. Essentially what he was saying was that there was a lot of gangrel that were using Halfdan would have wanted this as a shield for taking matters into their own hands and hiding behind Halfdan's status. And that he doesn't want that to be an excuse in the future.
I do agree with not having other people's will be what shields people from repercussions. I just feel also that uh, and even uh, uh, having this affect the plan so quickly, I just want to try and not make the first blow so nasty without any warning for such a punishment. If I haven't made it clear, she is very hesitant on how to go about this, but doesn't want people hurt.
How does Kurt feel about war? Kurt feels like this is Walder's third strike, actually. Quite literally. I don't even need to check the sheets, because he has tortured her twice before when she fucked up. Well, if it was a first offense in her case, I might feel the same as you.
I didn't actually say first offense, I said first punishment of this type.
Oh, that is perfectly acceptable. If you'd prefer I just render into torpor again, I can do that as well. There's certainly precedent for that. I get it. You don't want people to get hurt, but my job is literally about applying carefully measured violence to keep people behaving.
I'm going to look at Valda. Valda, can you go through with this?
I think Walden needs to roll with self-control to not say something that at least someone's gonna regret. Just takes a deep breath. Fine. Her eyes are essentially making it clear that she's gonna find some way to even the score for this.
In that case, Vivian will nod her head. Okay, then.
Okay. Well, Ren and Sergio are essentially gonna hold her, and Kurt is gonna heat the knife again and just leave a burn mark across her cheek in a very visible spot, but he's essentially just gonna apply 1 point of ag. So that people can see that she has been, quote unquote, warned appropriately. I think burned was a 7. And yeah, she's snapping at them and yelling profanities at Kurt.
I think I'm just going, let it out, let it out.
She just tells you, "You little bitch! Fuck you too, you fucking hypocritical cunt!" Now she's saying mean things to Vivian. I mean, she can't. She's being held down by 2 people with potence. She's not going to fair. I know I lied. It's really not fair. Kurt steps aside when he sees that the mark took. So, about the one that did a runner. Actually,
Not running.
I
There's
think
one
there's
person
2
that's-
missing.
There is. One is run from the city. The other is worried about his life. If you could go and visit him in front of his house, don't enter though. It's kind of booby trapped.
Okay.
He has reason to suspect now is a very dangerous time from the Nosferatu for some reason.
Kurt looks at Sergio. Sergio just shrugs. Kurt just gives us a nod of, yeah, I'm not buying it.
I'll give Sergio a look.
He just gives an even more like, what? look. I mean, we're not gonna do anything to him. Roll perception empathy.
Yes, totally. Not gonna do a thing, right? Right.
Might not be entirely honest. If someone was to resist arrest, for example, and force him to render them to final death in self-defense, he wouldn't shed a tear over it.
Yeah, definitely. So, have anything to say, Sergio?
What?
I mean, just hypothetically, why would the Nosferatu clan have an issue with Tyrone?
Well, that was like 4 days before you came through the mirror. We were setting a bomb under a pack and Jimmy... Fucker made a faulty fuse. He blew Jimmy to high heaven. Just hypothetically.
Yes, hypothetically. Well, go go ahead and continue to do your job, Kurt. I need to try and make sure things are okay here.
Okay, guys, grab the shotguns. We're gonna visit the crazy shut-in. Jeanette. Actually, Jeanette wouldn't be here necessarily. Would she? No, she actually would be setting out about now. Given everything. So, Allied.
Hello.
So, Kurt gave you the location and told you to send a message to some of the friends we discussed before.
Oh, fuck. From one fire to another. Alright.
There are a total of 5 hounds. You can bring 2 of them along for this mission. There's Fred Parker, a gangrel who has nice out-of-clan disciplines. There's Brenna, who split a demon in half. There's Billy, who is a Ventru and has access to the usual Ventru fuckery. Then there's Jeanette, who's a Malkavian who has wonderful abilities. And Sergio, who would really like not to be excused from this mission, but might be given the current conversation.
Wait, do they want to go or do they not?
Sergio wants to go on the mission to fuck with a Malkavian that has shut himself into a house filled with pipe bomb traps, 2 ghouls, and lots of guns. His home is his castle, he's not coming out.
He can come.
Well, you're going to the Hunters. Sergio wants to go on the Malk mission.
Oh, okay. He doesn't want to come with. Give me the mouth. You give me the fucking, I don't know, the gangrel, I guess.
Okay. The Gangrel has low levels in a lot of disciplines, but essentially from out-of-clan stuff, he has access to Obfuscate 2 and a Dot of Celerity. So he's actually...
Yes, how many dots? How many dots of Obfuscate?
2. Enough to move around, but that's it.
You can recon the place for us then before we go in.
Let's get the Malk. And I take it you're taking the 5 bodyguards with as well.
Yeah.
Hey. So. It's gonna be... By the way, Kurt burned the Malk Primogen's face.
Why? What did she do?
She instigated a bypassing of the sheriff's authority. He wasn't happy with her.
Do we still have the riots happening?
That is gonna happen later tonight. You don't know about the riots because you're going on your mission before the riots.
Bitching.
So feel free to make it burn.
Oh boy. Yeah, no, off, Alright. What the fuck's their names again? Draco? What do we got?
Fred and Jeanette. Or Frank and Jeanette. Was it Frank?
Alright, Frank and Jeanette. Frank's the gangrel, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, Frank's gonna scout the place out for us. Give us a good old 1-2 scooparoo.
Okay.
See what we're dealing with, so we don't walk into 36 people with armed guns and only
Okay.
12.
Let's see. Frank pokes his head in. Scopes it out. It looks like a regular night at the bar. There's a few people here. At least a dozen, maybe more. Couldn't see how many had guns, but at least some will, if it's a hunter place.
Frank, you fucking meme. Well, we're here to make a point and an example. Cowardness cannot do. I'm gonna go in through the front fucking door with my ghouls.
Okay, you want to kick down the door?
No, because then they're immediately gonna pull their guns out and shoot me.
So you're just gonna file in as a group?
I'm gonna have. Well, no, I'm gonna split up. I'll do two things. I'll do myself and the. I guess Frank can stealth his way in with me. And two guards, and then Jeanette and the other two can.
You have a
play
total
backup.
of 5.
Oh, okay. I'll bring 3 with Frank. No, I'll bring 2 and Frank, and then Jeanette can have the other 3. And then, if things immediately start turning into a gunfight, well, they can make sure nobody runs.
Okay. So are the two groups taking one of them covering the back and you going in the front?
Yep, pretty much.
So Jeanette is on the back, I take it. Especially with the Auspex.
Yeah.
Okay. So you open the door, you walk in. And at first, like, 1 or 2 people glance up, but then seeing that it's a whole group coming in, a big chunk of the bar is looking at you as you file in.
Fuck, I just realized something. I can't even try to be, like, too presentable.
You can.
They would
I
know-
will let Enteleki count as similar to humanity for allowing blush of
No.
health.
Well, no, you know the reason why I say that? I have permanent fangs. The
Oh.
moment I go to talk, they'll immediately know what I am.
They might know to check for those, yes. You can try and speak in a way that conceals them, but there's a lot of eyes on you.
I'm not gonna conceal it at fucking all. I'm here to make a point.
Smile wide, let them see.
Yep.
Okay, you see about at least half a dozen hands immediately drop to their belts.
I just Can I?
You see that the bartender has ducked behind the counter and has come up with a shotgun. We don't serve your kind here.
I turn over towards the bartender and go, good, I was here to talk instead of drink.
Okay, you're talking now, shut off.
And I can't even be mad about that. There's a bit more to it than just that, and you know that.
You're pretty sure you're seeing out of the corner of your eye people just casually, under the table, slipping their sidearms out of the holsters.
I'm gonna keep my hands visible, and I'm gonna, go towards the where the bartender is. Not like, like I'm gonna grab him, like gonna go like sit down and have a. I know how this works. It's always the bartender who's leading everybody.
Okay. You're pretty sure that you're in danger if you say the wrong thing or, what's worse, make the slightest wrong move.
No, I know. As I said, slow and steady. That's why I'm gonna go sit down.
Okay.
Slowly. Can I start? Can I blood buff while I'm here? Yes, I can.
You can.
I'm gonna.
Blood buff does not let any visible signs happen. So
Well, not
be
just
happy
that,
to.
but I also want to blood buff my stamina as high as I can go to make it last an hour. Which is how high if I'm 7?
7.
7.
Don't add it on the sheet and you ticked it to 8. Add it in the notes.
Thank you.
Yep.
You can in fact remove the freebie and XP expenditures and just leave the specialty part because those we have double checked.
Okay. Four blood gone.
When you sit down at the bar, the bartender is essentially by that point taking like 2 steps back and he's pressed against, like the back counter.
Yeah.
So he's not in easy grabbing distance and he's keeping the shotgun leveled at you and ready to shoot you in the face, essentially.
Understandable. Nice week. I go. What? Kurt sent me here because they were getting uppity again.
Oh yes, they tried to kill Nelder. after killing an elder.
I've come to speak as a message that if he filled me in on the agreement, right? Only kill the monsters, don't kill everyone.
In general terms, yes. There's a truce. If you don't step out of light and are the complete fuck up, they're supposed to not touch you. They're only supposed to go after the really degenerate ones.
I've come to restate the truth that we had, and we still have, that only the more deserving, horrific ones are dealt with. And it seems like some have been a little more trigger happy than one would expect if they truly believed in the truth.
Give me a manipulation intimidation at 7.
Manipulation, intimidation. Forceful would work here, right? Because I'm making a point.
That's a charisma
that's
specialty.
3, 6. Ah, shit. Said 6 at 7.
Yep.
Ugh. Spend a willpower on that.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Did real good. You did really good.
What the fuck are you even on about?
There has been one. Hold on. The first person they killed, he deserved, didn't they?
It's
It was
hard to
Frank.
say. Maxim was a well-behaved gangrel.
So the first one deserve it or not?
According to Kurt, fuck no, Maxim was as law-abiding as they came in that clan.
And then the guy who had an attempt on his life.
From what Kurt heard secondhand from one of the Nosferatu was... Actually, you were in the room when she poked him. She just said that apparently someone was taking a taxi ride while pretending to be human with obfuscate. And they just took him to hunters and they tried to gun him down.
Okay. Well, you guys have, I'll give you credit, taking care of one. But the issue being, he was a good guy.
You
And
hear
then
someone spitting out their drink through their nose in outrage behind you.
And then I hear one was using a taxi, which everybody uses, and then was basically took into a trap almost. Got away, but
Fuck you! He was gonna kill my cousin! Screw you, Fanger!
I know which vampire it was, right? I know it's the Kiasid.
No, that was actually one of the Nosferatu.
Oh. Sigurd's just like, what? He just, Sigurd's just like, no, they're ugly. They're not. That's it. They're just ugly. They weren't gonna kill anybody. They're one of the more docile. I can't take it serious after him saying that the Nosferatu was gonna kill his cousin. Without a character know exactly what the fuck happened because it freaked out. I don't see, that's the issue. I want to counter that, but that gives him more legal room to fight it. Now As we've said before, we have no issue if they deserve it. No issue. You're doing a service for everybody by eliminating the insane evil ones. But, on the other hand, you can't just assume that everybody's evil. Especially that one in the taxi who's just not the brightest. And the one that was killed really didn't deserve it.
Okay. Allied, give me a charisma empathy roll.
Oh fuck. Difficulty?
6. Forceful will apply.
4 dice at 6. Spend a willpower. I don't want to fuck this up. 2
Okay.
successes.
The room is deadly silent.
What? Come on, cat, get the fuck in here. Fuck. How can I go about this? No, they wouldn't bother calling, and they would use it as a way to find more of us. That's what. This is why I've come to talk about everything instead of being trigger happy. We're all intelligent here, and we're all adults. Did I just get shot?
No. What's your
Sorry.
pool for perception alertness?
That is just funny. That was all.
At
It makes
5.
sense at the thing. It wasn't like that.
Roll
It was just-
7 on behalf of the ghouls who are keeping an eye on the room, because their pool is the largest.
7 at what? 6?
Yes. Okay, nobody notices.
What's gone even wronger now?
Allied is currently trying to intimidate a bar full of hunters who are ex-marines.
I'm not intimidating them. I'm stating facts.
You are trying to get the message across that this is not an okay way to air differences, right?
Yes.
Basically.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to be like, now are there any questions, class? But I know that will set off a bunch of crayon-eating madmen.
I mean, they still put lead in those, I think.
Yeah, no, nobody said Marines. Well, there's a reason why they enjoy their fucking crayons. So I must ask now, do we understand that trigger happy is not the right way? I know that could cause a spark, but
Give me a
I mean, I'm much more
perception
worried about what time
empathy.
it is.
Give me a
What'd you say?
perception empathy roll, Allied.
so 3 dice at what?
At 6, you're trying to read the room.
I bought.
Well, he thinks it's great. Everyone's accepting his words.
No, I might. No, it depends. It's a bot, so I might think that no, nothing's good. So it's time for a fist fight.
You think you have them intimidated. You just need to, wrap up the speech to make sure they remember this, that's all.
Can I do a charisma leadership?
Depends on what you say.
Oh fucking hell! I legitimately don't know what the fuck to say here. I'm not used to doing this. Again. I
Be
I
cool,
legit
dogs.
just go and say that. Yeah, no, I guess if there's any more no, not we call. If there's any more of our proper removed, we will return the favor.
The bartender just takes his offhand, essentially, slightly off the gun to point at the sign which says, "If you ain't buying a drink, you ain't staying."
Plus of the money Vivian has, just to prove
I
a
fucking
point.
love the bartender, by the way.
No, I'm not gonna offer them $100 for a quick suck. Draco, Vivian gave me money, like actual shekels, if I remember correctly.
You can buy a drink for yourself, and
No,
Frank.
I'm gonna buy a drink for my ghouls.
Okay, you can buy a drink for your ghouls, then your ghouls can stay.
I'll buy a drink myself. Fuck, I'll buy a drink myself then.
Okay, so round 4, your whole team.
Yes. Just to piss them off and just prove a point that I'm not scared of them.
Okay. How much do you have in your perception alertness pool? 5?
5, yep. Oh, I'm watching him like a hawk. Like,
I know. You're starting to get the feeling that maybe you shouldn't continue lingering here, just in case.
I'm gonna have my drink though.
Okay.
You have the eat food merit?
No, I'm just gonna have my drink. Just set it there and then see ya.
Okay.
I'll
You
let my
go
ghouls speak up.
outside, and
What? No.
I take it you go outside then and leave.
Yeah.
Okay, you swing around, you go to find Janet. You head back to the cars. The tires are slashed on both of them.
How much strength do I need to throw a car through a wall?
A lot.
Let me find a strength fucking sheet because that's fucking hilarious. That is the perfect, most bruja way to end this stand-up.
It's doable. I know for a fact it's doable.
That's the moment that you just
Okay,
take off.
okay.
No,
Is
whether or
this
not
a sedan, a minivan, or a compact? Wait, no. Wrong
What
one.
what page is the table on?
261 of the book, 269 of my PDF.
Okay.
To throw a motorcycle is 6. Flip over a small car is 7. So to throw a small car is probably 8.
I would say you would.
Time to do this shit.
I wouldn't say you could throw a small car with an 8. I will allow you to do this with, say, 12 effective strength, and then you can just toss it through the window. So you need to buff by, you have 7. You would need to buff by 5, and then you could just toss the car through the wall.
Okay. I'm gonna grab one of theirs and do
Okay.
it while they get rid of the plates and stuff, just to prove a point that eye for an eye.
Okay.
You get my car, I get your car.
No, actually, can I throw 2 of them?
You could try. So, you go up to opposite the bar, essentially where their cars are parked, and grab one.
I just and
Give me a
Fucking
Dex Athletics roll at 6 to see how good your aim is.
Are you trying to hurt people with this,
No,
or
I
just
wasn't-
prove a point?
I was just proving a point.
Okay. Marines scatter. Roll initiative, please.
Why?
Because some of them are gonna come out and shoot you.
Oh well, shit. All right.
I mean, I don't know what you expected.
I expected them to fucking be a bit more scared, but I guess not.
They've lived under the Sabbat. There's at least one or two of the old guard still alive.
Well, you know what? Well, I'm all right. Fucking, I guess I know what I gotta do then. Sadly, time to pull out my
You
fucking
could try
blade.
and you could try and run, just to say it is an option.
Running
You
is
don't
for
have to
cowards.
keep escalating.
Escalate.
I mean,
You
I
sure?
did prove a point. I did throw it through the fucking wall.
You did. It's actually stuck partway through the wall.
Or that, that's literally what I want. Somebody got hit in the fucking head and he's like, oh, what the fuck? Fuck, initiative. I have 3 celerity, so that should be a mod then, I think.
That's
Yes.
correct. Yeah.
Sighard is fucking a new Cheeky Bariki.
If you
Okay.
guys do decide to run, you probably have a pretty decent advantage on them. They definitely weren't expecting shit like that.
Yeah,
They
that's
might
Oh,
know
cool.
about it, but they weren't expecting it.
Question: non-lethal. That's an option, right? Like making a
that's
melee.
essentially using fists or a bashing weapon to, Alternatively, you can use controlled strikes to not take them past incapacitate.
Okay. Then
mean-
I will keep them from coming out en masse. Unless my ghouls have tactics and they say, nigga, we should run.
The ghouls
Are they black,
currently are essentially looking at you like, what the ever-loving fuck?
Are they impressed or like, we weren't paid enough for this?
Both.
I think it's yeah. I think it's
Oh, wait, can I presence the Marines?
I mean,
But
they're
that's not
already
them-
paying attention to you.
So they are going to shoot though, like 100%?
Well, let's go through this. The bodyguards are just in pure shock. Frank is just gonna duck around and obfuscate, as is Jeanette, because they definitely aren't paid enough for this shit. The Marines, gonna say that 2 of them will essentially use their revolvers to try and shoot you through either one of the windows or through the gap that the car made in the wall.
Oh, so they're still inside then. Okay, we're gonna leave then.
Okay.
Yeah, they haven't come out. This is immediately after throwing the car.
Okay. You're fucking off, and your group is gonna do much the same in that case, and you are going.
Yep.
Alright, give me a wits stealth roll. At 7 because you are leading a semi-large group.
Oh no, we've been found.
I mean, it depends how much this matters.
Not many
Funnily
times.
enough, it matters because you hear jeeps.
The fucking madman. Alright, if they...
This is escalating. You know what happens when you escalate?
Yeah,
You
no,
want to de-escalate the situation?
I gotta leave no witnesses now.
Okay.
Are you
is
listening?
The
Is
goals
there a way to get
are
away-
essentially telling
is
you
there-
that, like, bro, if this is a military unit, we can't protect you, we need to go.
Alright, let's go then.
Okay. Give me one more attempt to shake the pursuit.
We're in danger.
Maybe yes, you might be.
I am in danger.
Okay. So you think you've gotten away, and then a Humvee pulls up at the end of the alley, and you see that it's loaded with people in actual flak armor, and they have a machine gun mounted on top of the fucking jeep.
So what you're saying is I need to flip the jeep.
You could try and rush it.
Yes, that's exactly what we're saying. You need to flip the jeep.
How much potence do you have in total, by the way? Just a
I
quick
have-
question.
The
have
it
30
would
points.
have the buff would have decayed to the maximum of 7 by now. The rest of it lasts.
Dude, you could totally try and flip it over. That's much easier than throwing it.
That is true.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I just want to.
Okay.
So can I celerity and just fucking rush it?
You are higher in initiative, so you can rush up to it and try and flip it. The Marines are definitely gonna be trying to shoot at you, especially the one on the mounted machine gun.
Can I like celerity dodge and flip too? Like,
Not all at the same time. They will get a chance to shoot at you because it will go after the current order.
Essentially, there's one that you can see at the end of the alley you are going through. There might be another one on the street ready to shoot if something pops out at that one.
okay. So, but the Humvee's the biggest target, right?
The one of the ones you can currently see, definitely. It looks like they were pursuing you in a vehicle.
Okay, so I should flip it to block that passageway,
You could.
and then we gotta go through a wall. Yeah, no, sure, fuck it. So then, to activate Potence, that's 1 blood point, and then celerity is 1 blood point per level, correct?
Yes. So, what are your actions for celerity?
Okay, so hold on. I want to close the distance to flip the vehicle, like really fast.
Okay.
I
Roll a
want
luck
to-
die to see if you are close enough to close the distance with your... Yeah, you're gonna be far enough away that you're gonna need to spend an action to close distance and then flip it with the next one.
So I'm gonna have to use all 3 of my celerity because I want to be able to dodge on the off chance that machine gun tries to shoot me.
Yeah.
Yes, probably. You would use your main action to close, 1 action to try and flip it, and then you would have 2 left over.
Oh, I would. Okay, then I don't need that. I'll just have 1 spare action sitting by then.
I mean, you need to declare, otherwise you need to abort into a defensive when you do. So, if you're activating 2 and declaring 1 as defensive, that's fine. But,
I will. I'll do that then.
okay. Oh yeah, the Marines are definitely gonna try and open up on you.
That's fine.
Luckily, they're in flak armor and they're in an enclosed space, so most of them aren't gonna be in a place to shoot at you. It's gonna be the guy in flak armor that could take a shot and one of the people in the back. And that's it.
Yeah.
So you could have tried to dodge both of them if you wished. Or you could try and dodge just the machine gun.
I want to focus on the machine gun first and foremost.
Well, like I said,
Is
you
there
can
no-
do both.
Okay, I'll do both then.
Okay. I think black armor was... Oh, Christ. I know what he would do with the machine gun.
What?
If he had a chance. I mean, fuck you. You're clearly a hard target. So, kill dads
he's gonna-
first. He's gonna sweep your ghouls with full auto.
Oh, he should not do that.
He shouldn't, but
mean-
he is.
I go first.
Yes, but your first action just goes to close the distance.
Yeah.
And
that's why
he
I
doesn't
warned
know
you
what you're
about that.
declaring on. The guy with the rifle is gonna be shooting at you. So, you can use your dodge for the rifle guy if you wish.
Doesn't
Because-
that mean I still have another action then?
You can try and redirect it. We've kind of ruled, but usually they end up kind of whiffing.
All right, then I'll.
Though you
try to
should
dodge.
have been aware of
yeah,
where he was
that's
kind
why.
of aiming. So
Yeah, you know that he's gonna sweep the ghouls. So, essentially,
I figured they were getting cover, but all right.
I mean, they would have to get out of the car and then run for cover at... It's like, oh shit! Da 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 da!
Alright. This is how I get the entire fucking group killed.
Oh, don't worry, Jackalord did worse. You are unlikely, but you still could beat him.
Well, I mean, when they die, I just have to turn the Marines then into ghouls by bringing them back as baby vampires. Hey, I know I got your ghouls killed. Here's a bunch of Bruja children.
That. You think that'll work?
I think a 50 cal was in the mage book like 12 dice of damage.
That's about right.
So 1 ghoul, 2 ghoul, 3 ghouls, 4 ghouls. It just plows into your bodyguards.
Hey, one only got 1 success.
Were they
Well, one of
dead,
them is
or-
mostly okay. The
Yeah,
others are
no,
really fucking.
Were these damage dice or were these to hit?
These were damage dice. He did a sweep
shit.
thing where he assigns 1 success to each target until he's hit everyone. It's a special variation of full auto where he just mouths into a crowd.
Okay.
So you hear just the crunching of flesh and bone and muffled screams from behind you as you are rushing up.
Yeah, I don't think it actually killed any of them outright, but one of them is just unconscious. The other are just horrifically wounded, and one of them.
Now he's made a terrible mistake.
I mean, there's also the entire thing of what happened to the car.
You don't want
That
to know what
kicks
happened to the
in
car.
with the celerity action, but you need to soak 3 dice
So,
of
wasn't I
lethal.
dodging?
Ah, yes, you can attempt to dodge first. That's true.
So 6 dice at what difficulty? 7?
At 6,
Okay.
and this is aimed for the head. So I need to reroll the damage because it would be 8 damage dice. Okay, rolled
Oh.
soak 5.
Good thing I have fucking fortitude. No, I don't have fortitude on shit. So that's 7, 10. Alright, it's 10 at 6.
Have a total of 10?
He has
Oh, yeah, you
stamina buffed. Yeah. So you take 3.
Strength and buff. Oh,
It took 3 lethal.
Okay. So you have 3 potents activated for this.
yes, I have all my opponents activated for this.
Give me a strength rating roll on top of it.
So it'd be 10 then, wouldn't it? Because I have strength up to 7 plus my 3 potents.
Potence doesn't give passive dice. If it's activated, those just count as automatically
Okay, so
succeeding.
just give us those 7 dice just flat. Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna
Just
get at
triple
least
your
3
flat side.
successes on this because of your potence. So you're gonna do okay.
Unless.
Okay.
No,
the car
he's still okay. It's still 3.
pulls up.
Well, it's still 2.
And just slowly flips on its side and then slowly over onto the roof. You're probably gonna have a few turns for the Marines before the Marines can get out because they are in bulky armor and you put them in a very awkward position.
What about the one on the roof?
Can I roll intimidation after doing
Was the
that?
rooftop?
I'm gonna roll
Stupid.
Dex Athletics for the one on the roof, actually, because that's a fair point. He's dazed
with-
on the ground, a few
Is he
feet
with
from
me or
the.
is he over there?
He's on the other side of the car.
He's the one who shot the ghouls.
You glance behind. Ooh, that's a mess. Are you hungry by
I
any
don't-
chance?
I'm hungry.
Well, smell of blood
Oh,
while
no,
hungry.
not okay. My apologies. No, I have self-control. I'm fine. I would like blood. It's not that I'm near hunger threshold.
Okay, excellent,
I misunderstood.
perfect. you can make a charisma or manipulation intimidation roll. Difficulty will
That's
depend
fine.
on how you go about it. What do you say?
Last chance!
Actually, you know
Before
what?
I get serious!
You know what, Allied?
Terrible.
Let's
Oh, fuck you guys.
let's
You guys are no.
let's
No, that was legit. That is legit, fairly terrifying.
give me a strength intimidation roll at a 5.
Strength, intimidation, 2, 4, 6, 7. Oh, and then I have my forceful too. Fucking. Wait, strength.
Yeah.
Melee? Would that work here?
No,
That's what I just did.
No.
strength.
It's just strength intimidation.
Oh, strength. I am dumb. That's 7. That's 10 dice at 5.
Don't you still have potence activated?
Yes, potence is also on. But that's
This would
3 automatic.
happen. No, that would apply. This would happen on the next turn, so potence would have to be rolled.
I'll reactivate it.
Okay.
So yeah, that's 3.
I'm gonna. Should potence work that way? Because this is just a. You know what? No, you can rip into the metal of the car for emphasis. It's fine. Go ahead.
Yeah, let him do it. That's fine. He rips off the car door while doing this.
Successes. I just punch my fist through the fucking frame of the car, like into the cab, and pull it out.
Oh my god! You just ripped through the floor, metal screeching. Last chance.
I'm warning you.
They seem suitably impressed.
Luckily, they wore their brown pants that day.
I'll be honest. They have to eat more than just some crayons to be able to not fucking panic from that. That's horrifying.
You know, even that you managed to get a total of 6 successes on that, the other Humvee that has pulled around the corner, they keep their gun on you, but they don't fire, and you just see shocked, slack-jawed expressions in the car there.
I point at them and go, "Get your boys and get the fuck going."
I think at this point, they're gonna abandon the ruined Humvee and just scramble away. They're done. Okay, fine, have it your way.
As they're fleeing, have a good day, gentlemen, and be safe on your way home.
Okay then.
I'm gonna.
Bourgeois diplomacy.
You know,
I'm gonna-
we forgot to apply the wound penalty to that roll, but I'm gonna let it ride as is because this is.
I'll spend a willpower if you want me to retroactively. I will totally throw a willpower out the window for that.
Sure. Let's do it
Okay.
that
Yep.
way.
Yeah, go with that.
Alright, I'm gonna turn around, wipe my shirt to my thing, and then walk over to my ghouls and make sure they're alive.
It looks like at least one of them is in trouble.
Can I give him blood so that he heals?
There's someone else's ghouls, they might take offense at that. Their master, that is.
Oh. Can you guys tend to him?
What the fuck? I need a hospital. Call an ambulance!
Alright. I look at the fucking Humvee. Oh!
You're an ambulance.
Do you have any dots in
Well, I love
medicine?
I have no dots of medicine. Anybody here have dots of medicine?
I think. Roll a luck die to see if Frank had fucked off.
A 8.
Okay, he's apparently still within earshot for whatever reason. Bro, you made a mess. So, wits medicine. With no medkit.
Hold on, wait. Can't I check the Humvee for that?
You can. Sure.
I'll go check. I'll check the Humvee while he's doing this then to just at
Okay.
least stabilize.
You find several flashbangs, smoke grenades.
Oh, come on, you guys have to have med kits.
You give me a actually perception investigation roll to how quickly you find one. There's definitely gonna be one in there, but
6 at what?
perception investigation at 6.
Oh shit!
Okay, yeah, you
got it.
pull one out.
Like I didn't fucking give it to him. Like, here, take it. Use it quick. Stabilize the poor man. He doesn't get paid enough for this shit.
Okay, he's stabilized. If he wasn't a ghoul, he would still be in deep shit. But the blood is gonna hold him together for the moment. Probably gonna want to get shipped home after this. There's 2 mauled and 1 crippled ghouls there.
You guys did real good. I apologize you got shot. I thought they would be a bit more... I thought they would aim for the threats.
Fuck you, dude. The boss warned us about your clan.
I lean in very close. Would you like to repeat what you said, good sir?
Just silence.
Thank you, good sir. And then I pull my face back away from his ear, and I look at the woman. What's her name?
Oh, she isn't
Jeanette.
here anymore. She is long gone.
Jeanette's getting fucking beat when I see her. She's getting hit. She's a fucking cow. Oh, I probably intimidated the fuck out of her now that I think about it. Yeah, no, fair enough. All right, Frank.
And it is this kind of atmosphere that the call from the hunters that found Jack's work came into.
I think they just temporarily go into despair.
I mean, they finally talked to the general at the base and brief him in, I think.
Yay! Masquerade breach.
This isn't a masquerade breach. They were already hunters.
Oh no, it's actually not your
Humvee's
fault.
upside
It's just a
down.
mix of things.
The
You see,
Humvee
the
is
hunters are
upside
now.
down.
The
Humvee's fine.
hunters. No. You see, the hunters, because of Jack's actions and also your intimidation, which went amazingly, is going to mix together and make them so afeared of trying doing this by themselves, they are going to inform the military directly.
So you said we need to launch a full-out attack on the military base.
Not quite.
Turn the Humvee the right way up.
I'm gonna steal the Humvee, actually.
You
No,
probably...
You're attracting a crowd already. You need to get out of there, dude.
Okay, fine. I'll just loot it and we can go.
Okay, what do you hope to find in the Humvee?
Guns, ammo, those flashbangs.
Flashbangs, you can take. Ammo, you can take. Guns, they probably
They have a
had...
duffel bag in there.
No, they came straight from the military base. They were just loaded out with combat
they
stuff.
literally just left guns scattered around. Okay.
Oh no, they took their firearms. Those were... They don't leave
even
their
the guys
guns...
that got... That's retarded, but alright.
There's the machine gun you might have crushed, but it
There is
still
one
exists.
assault rifle that belonged to the guy that was on the machine gun.
I'm gonna take his gun and the ammo for that.
Okay. How much do you want? It looks like there's probably something like 1,000 rounds for assault rifles in the back. They came loaded.
Do they have any of the metal boxes of ammo? Like the where you have ammo in the can. Like, not the can, but you know what I mean, right?
They're probably what they have is preloaded into magazines, ready to be used.
Okay, I'll just shove that into like a bag.
Okay. So you can have an assault rifle with like 10 extra magazines relatively easily.
Yeah. Oh, sure. I don't have common sense. Fuck.
No, you don't.
I was gonna say, should I light the car on fire to make it like to cover my tracks?
The ghouls are trying to limp away.
Not with them. I can't do that to them. They're not. They don't deserve this. I can't hurt them.
Two of them, one of them stays with you, and one of them is gonna try and shepherd the wounded away. She's looking very nervous to be left with you because, holy shit!
You just hear my guy go like, "I apologize for that. Normally I'm more controlled. They just need to be taught a lesson.
Uh-huh.
You know how it is. Fear's a wonderful weapon."
Yeah, sure.
See anything interesting in here that you want to take for you and your boys?
No, we're good.
Oh, okay. Flashbang's like in a pocket. Smoke grenade in a pocket. Like, yeah, this gonna come in handy.
If you load yourself down as much as you reasonably can without being obviously overloaded with stuff, like, say, the rifle, 10 extra magazines, maybe half dozen assorted grenades on top. There's a selection of frags, flashbangs, and
That's
smokes
awesome.
in there.
Alright, yeah, no, I'm gonna do that and we're gonna skedaddle.
Okay. Okay, so
Didn't expect this, did you, fucking Draco?
Gregory and Benjamin, where did you head off after the Elysium
Shit, I can't
meeting?
Our turn again.
Is this before or after the race riots started everywhere?
Oh, way before.
This is way before.
I mean, I wanted to talk to Sybil for a
Okay.
bit about the... But then, yeah, but has been, yeah.
You can definitely talk to Sybil.
Right. Cool.
I just need to
Should I
roll
toss
to
it?
see how she is doing with you being a special person.
Oh god.
Apparently she's okay.
Ah, good. Much better.
Ah yes, those sculpted features.
Ah, she's not insane, but she's still... Yes, you mentioned when we spoke last something about you being in the silver screen and everything?
Uh-huh.
Or artistry?
Oh yes.
And were you going to set up a studio in this area now you've moved here?
Eventually, I guess.
Well, I could help expedite that. I have an amount of willing... They won't be able to act at all, of course, but I've got money and
Oh.
that could go towards helping setting something up like that.
What would be the difficulty with perception empathy to detect that someone's on humanity too if you yourself are at an 8?
It sounds easy.
Sounds
Pretty
really
fairly easy to detect a bit. It's supposed to be pretty detectable, especially to higher humanity types.
I mean, your whole bearing changes as you go down in humanity.
Which has
Yep.
been over a single night.
Yep, you feel very different over a single night.
Wait,
Yes, I know. I was saying that.
wait, did something happen to you? Are you okay?
There was kind of a few rough nights, but I think that's just generally for everyone in the city. Well,
Did someone hurt you?
has anybody here managed to not be injured or damaged by situations going on for an extended period of time?
I don't know, I just arrived.
Well, the answer seems to be no. Town is rather turbulent at the moment.
Please, just tell me what happened.
I'll be right after a bit more of a tranquil period. Oh, geez.
Okay, let me just look up what mesmerize was. based on, or not mesmerize the entrancement. Difficulty equal to the target's current willpower.
Okay, that's fun.
You're low?
No, 9.
Well, it would be an 8 for her because she has the disciplined prodigy merit for presence.
Damn it.
Just puts a hand on your cheek and she says, "Listen, I know we all need to do horrible things to survive something. You can tell me, maybe I can help. And that will last for the rest of the night, essentially."
Can I spend a willpower against it, or am I misremembering the difference between presence and dominate?
You can, once you realize it's happening. It's not. It's subtle enough that you don't necessarily notice it the moment it happens. It takes a few moments for it to kick in that you're not acting like yourself, especially with a crappy perception rating.
Will I notice anything? Okay, I'll talk about it to you in a more private setting.
Well, we can go back to Elysium.
Is anybody going to be there this time? It was...
I'm sure Benjamin and Andrew are gonna head back with us pretty soon. The event is over. I mean, they did their horrible fucking executions, so...
And you're surprised that the city takes a toll on... can take a toll arriving in this city, given that?
I think you're understanding. It's... I worked with people for decades now, and I just get a feeling that you're in trouble and I would like to help.
Well, help is... yes, that would be... a level of help would be good, but I was trying to offer in terms of the company, but if you can help me in return for that, that sounds like a
It just
good
seems to
deal.
me like you need someone to talk to.
Even say with a humanity-destroying pipe bomb. Humanity-destroying pipe bomb! Nobody's going to believe you about a humanity-destroying pipe bomb! It's like the entire bit of Philip Jackalow's recollection of what happened during the hunt for William. Nobody fucking believed him until the person who could actually literally tell what happened in terms of the truth. And then it was a kind of, how the fuck did you manage that? Still fucking pipe bomb.
Come on.
Yes, go to leave to actually then and try to go more into the discussion of above board things.
Okay. Well, Demi, I don't think it's gonna take long for the rest of you to gather, because I think the Toreador, at least, were mostly done at least.
Yeah, but I think it's still pretty early in the night, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's plenty early.
Yeah, I just wanted to, maybe while we're still here or something, just basically, as soon as possible, talk with Andrew and just see about me, because I had previous connections and stuff, that I go to the Tremere Chantry to see about the protections and the wards possible.
Oh, yes, you could. That's fair enough, as long as it's not too expensive. They have been stingy, if you know what I mean, even with things that are of benefit to everyone.
Understandable. Since you do know more about the inners of the clan resources, what would you believe would be a fair offer? What can we provide them?
Well, I would be willing to offer them access to fresh blood, since they are currently skimming off the hospital supplies. Essentially anything other than significant boons. I would prefer not to be in debt to them in those terms. I wouldn't trust them not to abuse it at some point. Whoops.
Understandable. And just a question, because it may come to use depending on how we try and function with the Elysium. Was it going to be the regular invitations, or are we planning to make it a more open one?
Well, like I said before, if you're okay with pitching in for some
I
or
am.
all of the rest of the building, we could keep the top floor for VIPs and keep the fucking Nosferatu out of where we keep the good furniture. And we could have an open floor for everyone.
Fair enough. In that case, while it's not of significant benefit, it does have its merits. Perhaps, since they are protecting the Elysium, perhaps grant them a bit of an access or lead into the VIP room.
Yeah, we can definitely discuss that.
Well,
Some of them are
I'll-
not complete fuck-ups.
I presume so. In that case, I'll go as soon as possible. The sooner we can get the protection we need, the better.
Okay. So, here's the question. Gregory, you have a very willing listener that might understand your recent troubles. On the other hand, you came here exactly to act as a middleman with the Tremere and Toreador. Would you go with Benjamin? Or stay with your new friend?
If Benjamin is actually specifically going to the Chantry, I just let him go because there's enough that I said that I was going to meet with them and then send on. Given that she says she's fairly busy, I don't know what I could actually necessarily add to that meeting. If it goes wrong, I can then try to pave it over, but otherwise it would just be sitting there to smile at them.
Well, yes, but being seen can be an advantage. It makes it look like you are essentially making this happen.
Chantry, did she leave a number for the Chantry?
You know, you can probably catch one of the Tremere that's still there. They won't all leave at the same time, and ask them.
Yep. They just.
So,
Though also I could just tell them directly to say that. No, number would be better.
okay, sure, they'll give you a number to reach the Chantry.
I'll have one of my ghouls call ahead and say that Benjamin will be across to discuss the aforementioned. Or Gregory says that Benjamin will be across to discuss the wards around Elysium.
Okay.
To give her forewarning of who it is and everything, as well as putting name in again.
I think she is curiously seeing if any Tremere have politics. Leonard, you're the most likely.
This is how they got into this mess.
Nope.
Nobody. Okay, aside from just William being William.
Nope. Fuck no. No. Okay.
Literally, no Tremere has politics.
Somehow I'm not surprised. It's strangely fitting.
Just shaking my head. Just yeah. Oh well.
Nobody knows me. I cry.
Curiously looking through the files, like, not in here. Who the fuck is Benjamin?
To be fair though, it might be somewhere because was in Vienna interacting with the Tremere, so maybe.
Yes, but that is more of a more informal friendship rather than actively working on their projects. Is the thing.
Okay, yeah, that is a fair point. Yeah.
Just expecting her to know someone. Oh well. She'll realize who he is when he gets there, and will realize by a very posh British person as well that connection and everything. Oh well.
Okay. So
Have fun with looking up forcing some of the Tremere to get 1 dot in politics next time they get experience.
Give me a perception empathy roll, Lambert, at 6. Okay? You don't realize before you leave. I assume then you're going with the Toreador?
Yes,
Okay,
or the General Toreador.
then give me another roll of the same at 5.
Nope.
Okay.
That would have been 0 successes regardless of the difficulty.
Or worse.
Or worse. Actually, no, yes. Above 7 it would have been worse.
Okay. Andrew just sort of just rubs his face when he sees Sybil pulling you off the private room. It's like, ah, for fuck. And just lets it happen.
Understandable. I love Andrew.
So you are
Yes,
taken
alive with worse
into a private room where she will try to get you to open up about your troubles. You can make one more perception empathy roll at 4.
Time for just to botch it. Oh no! I should have
As
actually
you are
fucking used a
settling,
willpower on this at some point, but
you're settling
oh well.
into the couch, wrapping around the Toreador, you realize, wait, I don't fucking do this! The fuck?
Is this in the Elysium?
This is in the Toreador place at this point. In one of
Yes,
the
but is
private
it part
rooms.
of what the Elysium is now or not?
You would assume so, it's on top floor.
Very heated.
Not working. Or
Actually, wait. How much? Yeah, I haven't done how much blood I regained in the morning. Whoops. Or spent.
You have enough of a herd that you just... I think you can just refill to full. You have a metric factor.
Gen 14?
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. Now, unless you're new to the city as well, but I don't think it's rather polite to use such things on other vampires. Yes, even without it being inside the Elysium, though then carrying it on into the Elysium itself.
I will say this. I think that if you want to actually confront her on this in anything approaching semi-hostile, you're gonna have to resist the presence, because right now you are fascinated with her and just want to make her happy.
Okay, so spending what's willpower do versus it's spend willpower to ignore for the if after.
Yes, you spend willpower and then you roll willpower at 8 to try and resist it. And how long it
Okay.
specifically lasts depends on the ST and the specifics of the situation.
So difficulty 8.
Yes.
If there's a major
Oh,
generation difference, you
shit.
can get a lot better. But
You can keep trying. She kind of draws back when she sees that you're struggling with yourself.
Do I spend another? I spent another willpower, right?
Yeah, and you can roll again. Okay, you
Much
resist
better.
it.
did it.
Now, I would quite like to work with you in future, and especially, and with your clan as well, but I can't be having you trying to mess with my mind, regardless of your intentions.
Okay. Let me be direct then, if you're okay with it. You were gone for a night, and you come back stinking like the devil's own farts.
It was a rather rough single night, including my car being pushed into by two random vampires, one of which was a Nosferatu and the other, I think, a Setite, which is quite unpleasant to actually be in close quarters with either of them for different reasons. But I don't want to be forced to reveal everything that I've done because you think you'll help. I would be willing to accept a level of help in regaining my composure. But I will not stand being magically coerced into doing so.
Okay. Maybe I overreacted, but you give the impression of a person that is not very trusting. And I thought it would be difficult for you to open up to me without some encouragement.
Trust can be earned, and I was just proposing help working on a joint venture. Would that be suitable?
She pinches the bridge of her nose. I'm not talking about business. I just want to help you avoid imploding. We don't need you going crazy and starting your path.
I'd personally prefer that as well.
So do you want to talk about it?
What is there to talk about other than the entire night being a crescendo of random bullshit that ended up with either a pipe bomb exploding? It's pretty much just
Wait, someone
this.
bombed you?
They more bombed themselves, sort of. I was looking for something I shouldn't have been looking for. In the case it was put somewhere where it would be found by others to use it for something that's not as bad as others finding it.
Are you gonna... I have to ask this out of character. Are you gonna go along with discussing just how horrible your night was with her?
To some extent, yes, but
Okay.
yeah.
Then I am gonna let her roll and apply her human fire. And I will let you roll conscience at 8 to try and regain one of your lost humanity points.
Conscience.
Yes.
Yeah, you know how that went last time.
Well, if you botch here, it's just gonna essentially say that you're not really gonna benefit from her talking to you in the immediate future, you know? Yeah, you don't regain it, but she's trying to make you feel better about it.
Wouldn't it be more accurate to say she's trying to make her feel bad about it, kind of? Let loose? Something like that?
I mean, process the feelings of betrayal with the whole concept of humanity, mostly.
Yeah, yeah.
Humanity, the idiots who allow pipe bombs to be everywhere.
Okay,
It's a pipe bomb just in the middle of a building.
beautiful. Okay. So, good amount of time passes on that account. Emmy, in the meantime, you are taken to meet with the acting regent.
Yep, just a second. Mac drawing. I'm here.
You are Benjamin, right?
I step forward and, put my hand out. Benjamin Bywood, a pleasure to meet you.
And you. So I take it Gregory spoke with you.
Yes, he has spoken, and it seems he has already done us a favor by already having talks of protecting the Elysium, and that is why I'm here.
Ah, yes, yes, we can certainly put up some wards to help manage things and discuss the specifics of what you would need. That, of course, our biggest concern would be to make it clear publicly that we are doing this in the interest of the community.
I mean, that is understandable, yes. And it is also in our interest to protect the Elysium for the community, of course. So we understand each other completely.
Certainly.
Now, in terms of the details of said wards, I'm not overly familiar. However, I know that you can stop using it, stop a certain deal of other supernaturals, correct?
Yes, we have someone very skilled in wardcraft, and I believe that I have in my personal library and in the Chantry's library materials on some of the wards he might not personally have memorized.
Well, that is excellent. But if there was one that I would highly seek, and I think everybody would, is one against those werewolves, because I've already heard there's been problems with them, correct?
There has. I think there's supposed to be a truce with them.
A truce with werewolves that is weird, I must say.
There was one for several years when I first came here, and there was an incident with the Nosferatu, I think, and, well, the previous region had actually, on the previous prince's wishes, had their sewers warded, so they were driven through a gauntlet filled with silver. And the Nosferatu can be skilled at crafting traps.
Yes, we're quite aware of that.
They were
I
in a sorry state when they came back out of there and were easily finished off.
I would presume so. There's a reason nobody goes down there unless they have either suicidal thoughts or really need the Nosferatu.
Certainly. Well, similar wards to those laid on these various objects and on the surface of things would be easier in the long term because once set, they would last indefinitely if they are set with the appropriate procedures, with appropriate intent. Warding the entire building so werewolves can't come close to it would be hard and would have to be regularly renewed with great effort.
Understandable. There is something to note. We will be slowly expanding the Elysium throughout the entire building. So for the moment time, at least, it could start small. But of course, as the agreement hopefully continues on, then of course circumstances change and more protection would be needed.
Unfortunately, wards don't really work that way. Once set, they do tend to be static, so it's not a matter of simply building it up piece by piece unless you are to have several overlapping ones, which would also make it harder to maintain them and, well, you understand, it's a logistics difficulty.
So, in essence, we are, of course, prepared to contribute on our own accord to this protection. In terms of the deals and dealings, is there anything you are highly seeking after that we could possibly provide?
Well, if we could have your clan's aid in rebuilding our public image, I think that would be best for both of us. I don't know if I'm gonna stay here as regent, but while I do, I intend to be a very different type of management than the previous one.
Of course. But do not worry. We too are improving our public opinion to the regards, and as of course we rise and you assist with the Elysiums and the community, no doubt you shall with us as well. So there will be an understanding between us in that regard. But as a sake of good fortune, let us say, due to expanding the building, we have been thinking about possibly providing you access to the more VIP lounges. If all goes correctly with the deal and such, I believe that most of us would be gladly happy to accept you and your clan up there.
Yes, I think in practice we would prefer if we were essentially considered a junior partner in the project of maintaining the Elysium.
Of course, of course. Of course, there would be one thing. Of course, for an Elysium that is going to be hopefully one day very large and of cultural significance. You are, of course, skilled in terms of literature and other arts, and of course, so are we. In terms of the junior benefits, besides simply protection, perhaps furnishing it with more appropriate things could be of benefit as well, would it not?
Well, our focus on literature is more practical than your clan stands, as you well understand, but certainly to whatever ability and inclination our clan has for it, we'll be happy to participate.
I believe it will be a prosperous union of sorts. I stand up and give him my hand. If possible, would I be able to go and meet the other Tremere in the Elysium? In the Chantry, just simply so we, of course, I can at least recognize them.
Okay, I have no objection to this. I will defocus this for a second. The building will give you access to the common area now.
Very well. Is she going to lead me there, or?
She's gonna take you by the common room, but she isn't gonna stay with you. She's gonna introduce you to whoever is there and leave a ghoul with you as a guide, essentially.
Excellent. Then, of course, I'm just going to be mingling with the Tremere there and exploring, I guess, with the ghoul to see how impressive of a chantry they have, because I know they can be quite marvelous.
It's kind of an oppressive place. It's built like a fortress and it has that, actually, you're old enough that you would be somewhat familiar with buildings like that. It's sort of built like a manor house on the inside, but that manor house that doubles as a fucking fortress.
Yeah. Good old feudal into more Renaissance-y modern type of building. Truly glorious.
Yeah, little alien to you. It seems to have hints of French style for whatever reason.
By the way, this might be a bit too late, but did I notice the man behind her with a cane?
Yes. Yes, you did.
How good is his cane? I want to criticize the picture in my own self.
Give me a perception academics roll.
Oh God. Please do not break the beautiful alliance which gives me ally points.
The thing though is, since due to me talking with her at the time, I do believe my auspics would have been activated. So if you want to, if it's too good of a picture, well, yeet. So what difficulty would this be then?
Take it down to a 3.
Yep, and perception is attentive, so I think that applies.
Not as an art critic, I would say. Actually, not so much
Oh.
fine detail as the composition and overall that you are evaluating.
Wasn't attentive about fine details?
I would say not on this. We use it for other things
Okay.
appropriately. But
Fair enough.
essentially, looking over it, on the surface, it looks like it has all the pieces of a masterpiece. It should be awe-inspiring, but here's the thing. It has all the pieces of the of masterpiece that have been mechanically added into it, and you're pretty sure that ultimately what this piece says is just how in love with himself and his own perceived self-image the person who owned this and had it in his fucking office was.
I mean, this isn't the first time I've seen somebody with their own portrait in an office. A lot of narcissistic pieces of shits do that.
I mean, yes, but this is the arch narcissistic piece of shit.
So essentially, what I'm getting at, it's a masterpiece in quotation marks with the remarking.
It's essentially, it looks like a masterpiece, but not to the
It doesn't
expert's eye. It would fool the casual art critic. It's a masterpiece for casuals.
Better eye, baby. Ah, God. And I think that's going to be it. After that, I think I'm just going to leave for Elysium.
Okay. Well, you're gonna be able to spend several hours here. Just chatting
by
with
the
them.
way,
They're gonna show you some of their non-restricted books, etc.
Yeah, that was what we're gonna ask. Like, if they have a public library, I will be trying to see what kind of collection they have at least.
They don't have a public library, but they will find a moment where they will take you down to the actual library where Alexandra works, and she will show you these shelves where essentially they are works that are permissible to share with out-of-clan, well, non-Tremere members that, not just on friendly terms, without prior permission from higher-ups.
Interesting.
There's a couple of medieval pieces that are vanishingly rare these days, but are essentially still, like, these are things that even mortals would have. They're more awesome because they're old and well preserved. Pieces of history.
Yeah. It's a fine collection. I do believe that the Tremere here are not the fuck-ups that I believe some have called them to be. So far, I'm impressed.
Give me a charisma etiquette roll. You can apply your merit.
Okay. I'm going. This is to. Since this is going to be to impress the clan Tremere, I presume.
Yeah, you could say that.
I will be spending a willpower to try my damnedest to keep this alliance or at least relationship good. So difficulty 4 then, right?
Yeah.
4 successes. Charisma is graceful.
That will apply.
Yeah, 5 successes then.
Well, in terms of actual etiquette skills, Leonard, definitely ahead of everyone, but Alexandra is not far behind. Everyone else is... Actually, Charles is equal with Alexandra, but generally speaking, none of them... Well, actually, Sean is a bit of a fuck-up, but he's William's kid, he's special.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
But yeah, for the most part, they all have some smattering of manners at the very least.
Good enough. It's much better than those pesky Nosferatu, or even sometimes the rude mannerisms of a gangrel.
You hear... Is your Auspex still on?
Exploring the place, trying to get the details in, and trying to enjoy it to the fullest potential, probably yes.
Okay. When you're about getting ready to leave, you pick up the nails on chalkboard screeching and crying of the gargoyle again faintly through one of the walls. Oh, Zara just asked you. Excuse me. I'll be right back.
I believe this is the screeching gargoyle, is it not?
Maybe.
Yeah, let's just, for the meanwhile, try not to hear it and enjoy other luxuries.
Okay. How long would you like to stay, given that they are entertaining you properly, given that they never get pleasant visitors here? Please Please enter of your free will and leave some of the happiness you bring.
I think about 3 to 4 hours actually, to extend, because I think that this is a fortress. It's pretty large. The amount of books, the amount of mingling. I think it comes up to about that time.
Okay. You're in the common room, just at this point, I think sipping blood mead and just having a pleasant evening among yourselves when one of the ghouls comes in, leans in, and whispers to Alexander. If you have Auspex running, you can hear what he's saying.
Well, yeah, after the gargoyle is
Okay.
calmed down.
You hear him say, Mistress, with your permission, you should really listen.
I keep calm. Nothing special. Not reacting.
Okay. He smiles at you, excuses herself, goes into the side room. Do you want to try and overhear what the radio is saying?
I mean, am I able to overhear it without getting up and being?
You would have to roll perception alertness.
I would.
Okay. I'm gonna call it a base of 8, so lowered by Auspex.
4. Oh, okay.
So it would go down to a 4, yeah.
Yeah. That is 10 successes.
Reporting from downtown where the police are trying to contain the civil unrest that has suddenly erupted. No cause is known for the sudden outpouring of violence.
Jackalow!
Being gunshots. Oh, the police are... Yes, I'll get down. And it continues on in that way. Yes, that was news from our correspondent downtown just now. Please stay inside and take care of your families. May God be with you all.
Okay, maybe going home is not the best idea right now.
Jackalord, I rolled for it. 34 dead and a lot more injured.
Oh, Jesus.
Some of those were Jackalord skills, most were not. It kind of spiraled.
Oh, what is wrong with you?
Okay, Lambert, Andrew is gonna poke his head in where you are talking with Sybil. He's just gonna say, if you lovebirds are not too busy, you should listen to the news. Oh, and Gregory, I have a room for you if you decide to stay here tonight.
To raise my eyebrow slightly annoyedly at him at the...
Seriously, you want to hear this? He leaves.
That wasn't what I was... Okay, switch on the radio.
Okay, and you hear pretty much the same newscast. Apparently the city is getting shot to hell.
And we thought this would be a great place to move to, didn't we? How did... I'm saying that to Sybil, who's just arrived as well.
I came here from the Free State. I thought it would be calm. I thought there would be culture.
I mean... Given last night's was completely due to... Oh, well.
You're one man. You can't be the culture for everyone, Demi.
Yeah, you can't be the culture of everyone. Bets on if this is actually caused by a vampire or not. Fucking up, given all of the recent fuck-ups.
surely not. No one would be that would they? That's an anarchic. They're not that stupid here.
I mean,
Oh,
over the last few nights, there's been more examples of vampire stupidity here than I have seen in 50 years back home.
You want to just head up the coast tomorrow?
I think that's what the entire city is going to do. Right, so trying to get myself across town without breaching masquerade or having to kill people is probably not an option then.
Probably unlikely to succeed given your peculiarities now.
That was partly actually said out loud as well.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Andrew has a few rooms that are currently unoccupied. You can just claim one. He said you could stay.
Yes. I think I must then, unless... What time of night is it by this point?
It's like 3:30, 4 a.m.
Ugh, so much night unused. I'll have to tell the driver to get... They should have gone back home now. I'll have to phone them to make sure they don't go out at all and to keep the herd safe during the day and all that.
Same.
So I'll phone that in, and then
Yeah.
this hasn't got a Benjamin, and there's just a bunch of Toreadors here. So yeah, I'm going to try and get more of an agreement of the movie thing to help with that, and
Yeah.
I decide, yeah.
Essentially, she's certainly willing to work with you, but she wants to. Essentially, she more or less says it outright. She wants to keep an eye out on you to make sure you don't turn into a complete fucking monster and to help you climb back.
Sure.
And then, so that can be a joint project for both of you. Definitely. Let's see. Right. Sybil will definitely ask Andrew for bite to eat because she's low on blood and she clearly can't go out like she was planning to. So let's just...
Wait a second, I have bottles of blood mead. Have this!
What is that?
I think it's blood mead from the Tremere.
Oh. Isn't... What the fuck is this bottle? It's...
Yeah, that was my first reaction as well.
It's... I mean, it used to be that she makes like a shape at her and it's just like size, and then that was supposed to be polished. It was supposed to be... Like, what the fuck is this? That's not how you serve blood mead.
It's a Tremere attempt.
Oh crap. Of course. Someone needs to talk
No,
with
I've
that
got
poor
werewolf
vampire.
blood. No, I'm not feeding her the werewolf blood. I'm
Yeah.
keeping my werewolf blood. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I get it. You're giving her one of the blood meat samples.
Yeah.
The werewolf blood, what she was offering you was to give you a whole point of werewolf blood, which would translate into 2 points of blood once drunk. So you have essentially a 1/10 of a point of werewolf blood. Enough for a taste, but not enough to really do anything other than have a... You know. Just a taste.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Well, Allied. After that
Hello.
unfortunate encounter, where do you head next?
Well,
I mean, arguably the mission is a solid success.
I mean, I gotta get my ghouls treated. Kurt's gonna be mad at me.
You could just drop the goals off at a hospital and like call the Archon to inform her that some dominating might be needed there.
Vivian's the prince of the city, right?
Yes, but Vivian is suspected of demonic influences.
Shit. Should I just let Kurt know? He'd take care of that, right? He's my boss right now.
Well, you could, but you know that he's not gonna be at his place. He was taking care of the Malkavian problem in the park and near that territory.
I take it on the exact opposite side of the city.
Yeah,
It's going to be fucking hilarious.
you have enough cash that you could afford a taxi with Frank and the surviving ghoul.
Surviving ghoul.
I mean, he's getting medical treatment. The other one, he needs to just stop being a fucking pussy. I was shot too. You don't see me bitching about it.
You're a vampire! He's not a vampire!
Look, you don't see me bitching about it, okay?
You're
Three of
bitching
them
about it.
are mauled or crippled. They're badly hurt, and one of them is making sure they get, to help safely.
Oh no, I want to make sure they get back safely. Like I'll give them a taxi to go the fuck home.
You can hire a second taxi as well. I think
Okay.
Vivian gave you enough cash for
Maybe
petty
she pulled a
expenses.
lot of cash out of her fucking wallet and said, "Here, kid, go have fun."
Besides, you changed some of your stuff to have some dots of resource, so you're not without cash. You can afford a taxi.
I'm gonna make sure. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. I'll make sure they get to go home and be fucking. I'll make sure they don't die because they're good guys. They don't get paid enough for this shit. But I should probably go report to Kurt that that the Malk was a fucking coward and Frank did amazing.
Okay, you can certainly do that.
Is this
Need-
when I hear? Is
I
this when I
need
hear on the
to. No. You are still earlier in the night. You will make it up north before that hits.
We should have actually quite a bit of time before that hits me and you.
As long as I get
Yeah.
to partake in the riots, I'm happy.
Okay. You head on up north and Kurt isn't gonna be there anymore. Same for most of the Malks. But Jeanette will.
Oh, the coward.
So most of them have headed off to confront Tyrone, who's yelling defiance from his castle.
Tyrone, I forgot Tyrone's in his castle.
Bacon, I take it that you would have gone to try and get to Tyrone as well.
I'm actually gonna have other things to do. I'm just going to try and convince him with a telepathy.
Okay. Give me a charisma leadership roll. You're trying to express yourself through telepathy, which we agreed is gonna be a Wager thing from now on, and you can't really use your voice for this, so it's gonna be hard for Paranoid Malkavian.
Well, I'm trying to convince him to be trusting of the sheriff. So sounds legit.
I will say that this will be like a difficulty 9. This is a very hard sell. He rolled a double botch on his aspects and he thinks the Nosferatu are coming.
Oh.
Ironic.
Hilariously, apparently they almost did.
Yeah. Almost that big. Almost. Sure.
Also, you
Okay,
can roll
leadership?
a perception awareness at 6 versus Bacon's wit stealth to see if you can see through his obfuscate.
Okay, Bacon. Roll off.
Let's hope it's working. My roll 20 is a bit buggy. Which stealth is at 7, right?
Yes, because
Yep.
he beats your obfuscate rating by 1. Yeah, you need a new headset at some point, Bacon. It's pretty bad. Game
Uh,
Defender
Might be from his
wins.
internet. Okay. So I don't notice him, but that's fine. I'm just trying to convince him to go down with the sheriff. Come on, go with the sheriff. Don't cause issues. And I'm going to try and use my elder level power. Supposedly I can use this with any conversation roll.
I'm not gonna allow you to use it over clairvoyance and telepathy.
This isn't a
Why not?
conversation, is it?
Because you're sending images into his mind and you can't really tailor it that well to the way he's carrying himself. Because what you're doing is carrying yourself in a way that resonates with them.
Yeah. Why can't I do that with thoughts?
Like, we're half an hour from midnight. I could explain it to you, but it would take a lot of time.
Okay.
We can go over this in the text chat.
Charisma, leadership.
Yeah.
Go ahead and spend a willpower point. Need to come down.
Okay, and
And charisma is eloquent, which definitely doesn't apply in this case. 'Cause
yeah.
it's images and all that.
Yeah, you paint a picture in his brain of two possible paths, one where he defies the sheriff, and at some point people just come in to get him, or just starve him out. And one where he's a good boy and it's over with barely any hurt.
Yes, good. There.
Okay then. So, where is Vivian heading after this?
I'm going to the tower. I got stuff to try and do.
Okay. You're heading to the tower. Descartes, Jeanette seems to be waiting for you when you arrive.
Ah. Just a look of disappointment.
Okay. Listen. They didn't leave that long ago. What are the... Tyrone, he's fucking holed up in his house.
I just look at her like a disappointed father.
I'm not sure if she
Can I-
notices. Actually, she has a lot of empathy. She just goes, "What?"
He just looks at Frank like what? Who's?
Oh, don't look at me, dude. If you hadn't scared them off, I wouldn't have come back either. That was retarded.
just just the father who's upset with his child. He just looks into where they said they're going.
Come on,
I mean, I wasn't.
they're like 20 minutes ahead of us. I have a car. Come on.
I'm just gonna go tell Kirk what happened. That's it.
Well, he's gonna be there. Come on.
No, I'm cutting. No, I'm going. No, that's what I meant. Like Draco. Like that's what I said. I was like going to the car. Like just gonna let him know what's going on.
Okay.
I'm gonna go get some food.
Okay, you
Is in
file into
blood,
the
not-
car. And it looks like there is a fucking gaggle of vampires surrounding this like 2-story rundown house on the outskirts of town. Like, Kurt probably has a loudspeaker he's gotten from somewhere at this point. He's just calling at him. For the fourth time, if you don't come out, I will have to do something about you, and it will hurt you a great deal than me. Faintly from inside the house. Your face mask won't fool me, Nosferatu! Come! Please, go away!
Why is he trapped in there? What happened to set off the milk?
You don't know!
Oh my god, I'm gonna ask that question when I fucking get there then. Oh.
Oh, Sieghart,
Oh, hello there. So
I have no fucking clue. I need to punish them for fucking up with the Anarch dude, but he won't fucking come out, and I don't want to kill him. He's fucking retarded. It would look bad. But I can't let him stay in there.
what set him off?
I have no fucking clue.
Don't punch the retarded dude. It looks bad.
I'm not a Nosferatu. You know me. Just come out and we can talk about this.
If I was a Malk, I know exactly what I'd fucking do right now. Fuck, I wish I wasn't playing a serious character. So he thinks you're a Nosferatu?
He's accused Wald of being a Nosferatu, Byron from having flesh grafted himself and changed his clan to Nosferatu.
To be fair, that would be pretty impressive if Byron could do that. That would be terrifying and impressive.
He accused Sergio of having been a Nosferatu all along and lying about it, and that would impress even me.
I just got this like face. Like, does he have any weapons in there?
He points at the bullet hole in one of the car windows. I'm pretty sure he does. Also, dirty look at Waldem. You know how the Ventru Primogen got bombed? They got the bombs from him. They could quote unquote.
Oh.
They talk him into sparing them from his defensive perimeter. We haven't gone any closer than the fence.
How many bombs do you think are between here and his front door?
He's been in the
Wow.
city for 3.5 years. I bet a lot. He never came out. He never came to Elysium. I was wondering what he was doing on his own the whole time. I think I know now.
Wait, if he never came out, how the fuck did he get the items for this?
Well,
Who
they
was
just
the
raised his
front
hand. He made chemical shit for some of the local gangs.
Well,
He's also helped supplied some of the clans with various
I just
explosives.
scratch my head and I go, well, I mean, on the other hand, good news. The hunters got the message. Don't fuck with us or bad things happen. Something good went right tonight.
He calls out from the house. You can't fool me, you guy! I know the Nosferatu are coming! I can hold off the Legion here! Come and get me, fucker!
Dude, I don't even know your name! Why are you gonna try to insult me? Turn back to Kurt.
Okay.
But you know, so the hunters were they were taught their lesson. None of them were killed. Some of my ghouls got fucked up. A machine gun was fired at them. They're probably gonna want to go back home. Total casualties was like a Humvee.
Allied, you get shot in the chest. Can't fool me, fucker! I know what you are!
Okay, so stamina. Oh fuck, that's 6 dice I can roll in for so.
Give me a second. Let me roll the bashing damage. It's 3 bashing.
6 at 6. 2
He
bashing.
took a bashing damage.
I have 3 trunks of ammo in here!
He's lying. It's 5.
Of course he's lying!
Why did I get shot?
You see a face
I
pop
can't-
up for a second and then it just pops up, bang, shoot you
Can
again.
I dodge? Can I dodge this one? Because I fucking figured it was coming.
Go ahead, try and dodge.
6 at fucking.
At 8, because dodging gunfire is hard, even if you're expecting it. You
Oof,
know.
fucking-
Nothing.
Drop your fucking obfuscate, you lying fuck! You see what I'm dealing with?
What? But my guy's like, first I get accused of dominate, now I get accused of obfuscate.
You have all the disciplines. You are Kane himself.
Am I not aware of this power that I'm supposed to have here?
Bacon,
He's
while
like,
this is going on and while he's distracted, do you want to try and sneak in?
Sneak it on top of an explosive.
You might make it
Can,
in. There might not be too many landmines.
I have a dumb question.
Dumb questions get dumb answers.
Can we intimidate him to make him think that the Nosferatu are digging up into his basement right now?
You can go for it. By all
Yeah,
means.
go for that. That's going to make everything better.
I have
I'm gonna ask. You know what? No, he can hear me. I'm not gonna ask. I'm just gonna scratch my head. I'll be like, do you need me here? It seems like you got everything under control.
Actually, I could use some ideas because I've gotten the police to stay away for the moment, but if shit starts blowing up, they gotta come.
I mean it. He sounds like a good guy. It's just he's. I don't think we win this attack. I'll be honest with you, Kurt. I don't think we win this. I went up and over those trench lines. I know what this is like. He like looks across at the other vampires. Half of them aren't gonna make it to the fucking to the walls before they're gone. I mean, as bad as you say it is. It's like one of those flashback moments of like, get down! Oh, my leg! He's like, oh.
Okay.
We can try to spook him out, but he might blow himself up. Or am I being shot again?
This shot is for the head. Oh, you're a clever one, eh?
You've got smoke grenades, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's right. I do. I also, yeah. No, the issue isn't the smoke grenades. It's the fucking landmines. Oh, fucking 6 at 6.
You
Oh,
take 2
fuck.
points of lethal.
Oh, it's lethal. I gotta.
This was for the head.
I look at Kurt. I go, Kurt.
You might want to stay down. He doesn't seem to like you.
Yeah, no. I'm tempted to shoot him. I flip him off inside the fucking building. Fuck you, and I like duck down. Let me heal that one fucking hurt then. God damn it. I'm actually getting hungry because he just kind of pelted me for quite a bit. Well, we got an issue, Kurt. I'm actually hungry now. I used quite a bit of blood intimidating those hunters.
Fuck's
I have smoke.
sake.
Look, I pull out like the bag of assorted grenades. All right, look. I
Okay.
unzip it.
He pulls, just awkwardly reaches into a pocket, pulls out car keys. Okay. Under the back seat, there's like 5 blood bags I got from the fucking Tremere. Go ahead and take them. Just stay fucking low. He's fucking nuts.
Yeah, no, there you go. All right, here's like half a dozen assorted grenades that I acquired from what happened. Also probably need to get dominate on that. But anyway, smoke grenades, flashbangs, tear gas, frags. whatever we need.
Okay, Kurt just casually pulls out a pin from one of the flashbangs.
And I start crawling away to get the fucking blood points. I'm trading kid back in. I gotta stay low.
Okay, okay, the milk was peaking when Kurt popped up. We're gonna see how this goes. Oh, crap.
Badly.
Kurt.
But I am vicariously loving this from the fact that he's the fucker who made the pipe bombs.
Uh-oh.
Okay, that's good. Trying to
I hope
stay.
half of the... Sorry.
He's trying to stay low. So he's taking penalties from the cover, but he's shooting Kurt in the head. Kurt is not gonna be happy with this fuck. He takes a point of lethal, and you hear the flashbang go off and just a scream of and a thud of something hitting the floor inside the house.
Oh no.
How do you like that, bitch? Come out or you'll get more!
You concentrated sunlight, no!
He had Auspex running because he's afraid of Nosferatu.
Oh no. That poor bastard, he's fucking blind.
They're just agonized moaning and screaming from inside the house as you get to
I mean,
the
I'm
car.
gonna get up and walk to the car now.
Okay, you walk to the car.
If my blood boys come back. Give one to Kurt.
Okay. You get shot by one of his ghouls from the upper window.
Oh, he's got ghouls too.
You might want to still
It's a
stay
really-
down!
Why was I told he never leaves this house? And
Well,
Then he
Kurt
has-
told you he doesn't come to Elysium and doesn't really leave as far as he knows.
can I dodge this guy? What is this, at 8?
You weren't really expecting it.
I don't think you were expecting the ghoul.
This
Fair
is
enough.
bashing.
Fuck it.
Nobody expects the ghoul.
Okay, it's bashing, thank fucking god.
The
Oh,
ghoul
I-
is essentially behind curtains for the most part, so yeah, you
Did I
soak
fucking
it.
pop the assault rifle up and put a round through him?
He's a ghoul. He won't survive
That-
necessarily.
Oh, wait, that's right, I'm not the sheriff, I gotta stop. My desire to punish those that have done wrong, it hungers for me. I immediately get back down and fucking crawl to one of my motherfucker, I swear to god, he's fucking... I can't even be mad, I'm at least allowed in this city. Get up to fucking Kurt, give him one of them,
Okay.
so he can heal his fucking, so if he gets shot at,
Yeah, Kurt heals the point. You can add the other 4 to your system if you're willing to risk the hunger. If you're actually hungry.
wait, what you say, Draco?
If you are past the point where you're actually hungry, do you want to risk eating the blood bags? Because that's a frenzy roll, son.
Oh, they're blood bag. No, I wasn't anywhere near that. Okay, I thought they were blood things. Never mind.
You know.
No,
Yeah, they're blood bags.
Yeah,
they're
I
essentially
took
still
that-
blood.
Okay, yeah, no. I wasn't hungry. I was like, if I had to keep healing, I was gonna be hungry.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I take them down. All right. So what's the plan here, boss?
Trying to think of one. Waldock has started talking to him up again. Listen, I took care of it. You just have to come out and talk with us. It's not gonna be that bad, we'll make this okay, he yells back. You bitch, you fucked up your face mask. Waldock doesn't have a burn there.
Yeah, my guy's just kind of like, How far from the front door is it anyway, Draco?
It's not a huge yard. It might be like 4 meters, which would translate to what? Like 14, 15 feet maybe at most? But if there's pipe bombs buried under those flagstones, you might have to hop a pretty precise pattern to make through.
Shit. I'm honestly just thinking pop fortitude and just book it with celerity across the fucking and like rip in one of the fucking rip down one of the walls and like breach the building that way.
I mean, you're going to find out just how many humanity pipe bombs he has hidden.
He has had 3.5 years allied. He spent downtime actions on securing the place.
I mean, then we should just lob grenades in. If he's torpid, will come out one way or another.
No, that doesn't get him out. That gets him torpid inside.
What
Yeah,
kind of grenades did you take? I said you could have like a total of 6. So what kinds are they specifically?
You said you said like half. Yeah, say I just half a dozen of just assorted grenades, as you said.
Okay. But what kinds you could take? There were plenty of frags, flashes, and smokes, so you could take any combination up to 6 of those.
Probably 3 flash, 2 smoke, and a frag.
Okay. Do you want to risk throwing an explosive into that building? Be honest now.
I don't know. I out of character, yes. Out of character, yes. I really fucking want to. In character, not the sheriff. I don't make that call.
Ever see what a house-sized grenade looks like when it goes
Yes.
off?
Fucking amazing. Oh, God, I love it when houses literally go up.
Okay. Kurt is gonna use presence 4 on this fucker. They haven't met that much, so it's at a 7.
Oh my god, he needs to step on a landmine. Please.
Yeah, no, he's gonna come out and step on his own fucking landmine.
Okay, no, I'm looking at the wrong sheet. I don't need to look at Michelle. She isn't actually here. They're not actually Nosferatu. For the most part.
Yes,
He's gonna
then
pop out like, oh.
there's no Nosferatu.
He spends
Wait,
a
hold on.
willpower point to resist the summons. And he just yells out, "Ha! You betrayed yourself, bitch! I knew you had presence!"
It's not even one of their abilities, you bad man!
Out of character, their Primogen actually does have a little presence.
Are you for fucking real?
Yes.
Oh,
Sergio just face palms and just drags it down his face.
well, I didn't pop up to say anything. I fucking was still down.
Yeah, no. He's just in reaction to that statement from the Malk.
I fucking. Are you sure we can't just throw it and see if he comes out?
Kurt just slowly rotates and looks at you. He has had 3.5 years. A paranoid Malkavian who knows how to make explosives. Do you want to low level the fucking block?
Aren't we in a park?
Level
No.
the block.
You are
Oh.
in the outskirts, in the burbs, essentially.
Oh, I would not have suggested that if I had known that. I thought we were using this map because we were still at a park.
No. He has an actual house in the city.
Oh, fuck. Do we have anybody trained in ordnance disposal in the city?
Technically, yes. You probably do, but they probably work for the police.
fuck is he shooting at us again?
Nope, that is something else. How about this?
I'm very happy to know that 4 successes at difficulty 9 didn't do anything. Yay.
I mean, he hasn't started lobbing grenades at people, and they'll probably eventually talk him down, but it's gonna take time. Okay. You hear a chunk, and you see Frank the Obfuscated give you a haunted look back at you halfway down to the window.
Oh, Frank being a fucking hero. He did so good earlier.
And you just see the ground erupt around him, and he's just
Frank,
left
no!
standing there, somehow intact, just hyperventilating.
Sighar's just like, alright, Frank, now you gotta make it to us.
He activates celerity and dashes back for the fence as they shoot at him.
Frank, no!
Sighar's just kind of like, I wish I had one of these boys in the trench lines with me. God damn.
Gert just takes
Frank
slowly turns.
might be fucked.
Gert just slowly rotates, looks Frank in the eye, and says, "You're fired."
What did Frank do wrong?
Went in without letting anyone know, for one.
I mean, the guy could hear us every time we said something.
Because that's a perfectly legit reason to not inform teammates where.
I mean, the guy had Auspex running, so yeah, no, like,
Bacon, you're
No,
pretty
that's
sure
not very-
that path is a
Hire
little
him! Hire
clearer.
Frank!
oh, you know, I'm hiring Frank if he's fucking cut free from fucking Kurt.
Bacon, you're pretty sure that that path is a lot clearer because Frank just ran down that way and he exploded one of the mines on that angle.
Go for it.
I will wait the situation to escalate a little bit more. There's still chances that they manage to kill him without me doing anything.
This is all your fault, isn't it?
Maybe.
He yells out, I'm not coming out unless you drop your obfuscate! All of you, you lying fucks! He seems to have recovered from the flashbang.
Descartes just looks at his hands like, I don't even have that power. Like, why?
I mean, I'm not even sure you can shoot the guy. It might actually be against the path of Enteleki to shoot him.
No, he's clearly done something that requires this type of response. Also, he shot me 3 fucking times for no reason. He gets a bullet.
I mean, you could post up and ready an action to shoot him once he pops up.
Will Kurt let me?
You could ask.
You could ask.
Hey, can I just, if he tries to shoot me again?
What, shoot him back? Try to not torpor him. Sure, one shot.
Okay.
Fuck, he's supposed to have, like, no fucking nerves. I tried to pull back on him to us. He's not coming out. Fuck! I was really hoping he would come out.
You know, my guy's like said he's still like, have the Nosferatus been actually like fucking with him? Like, if he's done such a sudden change, like, has he actually been attacked by them?
Sergio just looks at you kind of guiltily. We might have tossed a few dead animals through his windows. Maybe.
Toss Sergey through his window. Just full strength, chuck him up there. Here, have the Nosferatu.
You just gave me the most brouhaha fucking answer. Just throw the Nosferatu into his fucking house.
Yeah, it solves everything.
Just, like,
Do you want to try that?
no, I'm not allowed to. It's the boss. I'm just gonna prepare my shot for when he fucking pops up, so I can fucking get revenge for him shooting me every fucking opportunity.
Okay. Kurt is gonna try and watch for an opportunity when he pops out. Okay. Kurt is gonna essentially lock eyes with him and say, "Come." And get shot in the face for his troubles because he thinks his life is in direct danger.
And then I fucking shoot the asshole.
Take your shot. It's good cover, so it's +2 to difficulty.
2, 4, 6. Okay, yeah, 6. And then you said, so it's at 8 then?
Yes, if you're just aiming for the body.
I'm using the assault rifle. So, do I have to aim for the head?
It would
you
be
want to do
bashing if you
lethal.
don't.
Oh, okay, fuck. Can I spend a willpower on this?
No.
No.
Okay.
It's a physical action.
Yeah,
It
no, fine.
doesn't matter.
I'll go. Fuck, I didn't blood buff at all, so that's fucking 6 dice at 9 if I really want to.
It's actually
Yeah,
9
fuck
plus 1 if you're going for a headshot.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 9 plus. Well,
I mean, I'm not sure whose head you shot, but it's gone.
yeah, I shot somebody. I'm in danger.
Okay.
Harvey was flying up.
Somehow, Kurt
Shoot.
bumps into you and it goes flying wide. Roll damage. If you would, 10 dice of lethal.
Did I? I was working at. Did I set the explosives off in the house?
That would be a slightly higher botch, because then everyone is at risk of dying.
I mean-
So 6, 10 dice. Only 2.
Harvey
Ah,
was
shit,
in danger. I was in danger.
I don't know who he shot, but it
I
should
think
be good
I
worth
think-
enough for 3 ones.
I
Okay?
think I just shot Frank. Who did I shoot?
Damage Frank.
I mean, just a regular botch is usually shooting somebody else in the head. So 3 botch. I wonder who.
Did they line it up so I get 3 headshots in a row?
Actually, I know exactly who you would have shot for maximum fucking effect.
Yep.
And the...
We all know.
Okay.
Who did I shoot? No, literally, who did I shoot? Like, I would hear that, right? Oh, it's fucking Byron. Why do you hate me?
Ally,
I mean,
suddenly,
Byron
as
wouldn't be
you
that bad.
are considering and just, trying to figure out what the fuck happened and where that shot went,
Yeah.
everything around you becomes deathly silent. You can't hear any of the noises you're making.
Oh, shit.
And then you feel a hand pressing into your chest and twisting, ribs trying to crack. Soak for lethal.
6
I mean, just
That's 6.
put him down. Put him down.
Yeah, the ribs crack. Snap, 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 snap. Harvey is looking at you with blazing eyes filled with rage.
It was I shot Byron.
Yep.
He's
Wait, why did I shoot him? I have a bloodbind with him.
You have
It's
like
one-
one
like,
step
one
of blood bond. It won't prevent him from attacking you. It just makes him feel
No, I mean,
stronger
like,
about
like-
you.
Oh, okay. So
It amplifies both positive and negative emotions is the thing.
I
kill
see.
him. Kill him. Put him down. He's attacked you. You need to put him down.
I don't even know the bullet hit him. That's the worst part.
He's attacked you. Put him down.
Soft. I mean, I don't hear it. I just go. "Ah!" I'm of course deaf, and I don't hear that. But I say that. and I just kind of want to just fucking hit Byron in the fucking head with
You could shoot him in the head.
point blank.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's that difficulty? 5?
6.
Oh, it's still at 6.
But please put yourself in initiative if you're gonna do that.
Yeah, no, I mean, he just straight up fucking tried to. Oh well, fucking.
Okay.
You look at him, he has a bullet hole in his head.
There's
He's
like a
about to have
smear of blood across his temple. He's healed it by the time he got to you, but it looks like you might have hit him.
Yeah, no, and then he just fucking just. So,
He's gonna try and speak. On his
I
turn.
can't hear anything.
Yeah? He's still gonna try and speak.
I'm gonna activate Fortitude. And, actually, can I cut his arm off?
With what?
Burning Blade. I have my blade with me.
You'll need to draw it for one.
Well, yes, if I use Celerity to draw it in, can I just kind of hack it off? Or try to?
You can try.
He can heal that if I do that, right?
It would
No.
be aggravated.
Oh,
He's also not attacking currently, he's trying to say something to you.
I'm just gonna shout in his fucking face. Yeah, I'm deaf.
Okay, neither of you can hear each other, and he's just gesticulating wildly, like shaking his finger at you, like pointing at his head, like, what the fuck, dude? Again? Fucking again? How dare you? Why? Why would you do this?
I'm putting his fucking arm through my chest. Like, I'm like, what the fuck's like your problem? Like, I made a mistake. I pointed at the fucking gun in the fucking building, and then I pointed at him like, I didn't want to shoot you.
Kurt takes you by the shoulder, pulls you back so you're looking at him, and just looking at you both in turn, just twiddles his fingers next to his temple.
Can I hear suddenly?
No. It takes like 2 seconds after that, and then you can hear the noise you're making.
Oh my fucking god! Like, what the fuck?
You hear from the
What?
cows. Noble Byron, run! I'll distract them! I know you tried!
I look at her. Can I fucking go? I'm causing more harm than good.
Allied. Roll perception
So.
alertness.
Oh fuck. Difficulty.
Difficulty 6. Okay. That's not a botch. So you see something sail partway out of the window and flop about halfway between the window and the fence. Now to see if he botched on making a homemade flashbang. In preparation for this inevitable happening. Okay. He didn't. That's good. There's a thump, like an old-timey, photography.
Now he's throwing things at us! There's supposed to be bombs!
Byron
Nice,
is just
nice.
looking at it like, what the fuck? Looks at you. Shrugs.
I grab it.
Byron, they're Nosferatu! Save yourself!
I look at
But you
Byron
don't
like I'm not Nosferatu.
Oh.
You just
Actually, Byron flips back to his good persona because someone thinks he's a good person.
what?
Geek has multiple personalities.
I know, that's his trigger to become a good guy again.
Yes, someone.
Yes.
He has to believe
God.
that someone genuinely thinks he's a good person.
Ugh. I'm good. I'm just picking up my fucking like gun and stuff. Like I'm going the fuck home. I'm done.
Listen, Jyhad, just stay nearby, okay?
I
Just go hunt, pick up some blood. I have a feeling we're gonna be here till morning anyway. But we'll take shifts, okay? Maybe we'll have to starve him out. He can't have an infinite supply, right?
I just look at him like, do you believe what you're saying to me?
I really fucking don't.
He's like you said, like what did Kurt tell me? He had two and a half years.
3.5
to
years.
He had 3.5 years to fortify this position.
I am
He'll
fortified
outlast-
this position.
He'll outlast most of us in patience actually.
Byron is gonna try manipulation intimidation
On who?
on the guy inside. Tyrone! If you don't come out, I'll feed you to my fucking dogs! You come out right this fucking second! Tyrone pops up, shocked expression on his face silhouetted in the window, daring headlights look. Byron, why would you say that?
Remember like this Byron.
Is Byron just going being flipped between evil and good like a fucking ping pong ball?
Yeah, that's how he is. That's how he works.
So I think
Evil
we
Byron.
can end with the day one of the standoff begun.
I'm going the fuck home. I want to do the race wars. Fuck it. Oh God, Byron, the fucking Malks in the city are no.
To be fair, they've been mostly well behaved, but this has been brewing in quite ways in the background for a while.
So the siege will continue, right?
Oh yes.
That's bad.
Till
My
the
plan
riots
was-
come through.
My plan was just to throw some Molotovs at his house and let his explosives to the rest.
You could. But anyway, let's see. Benjamin. What has Benjamin learned?
What has Benjamin learned? That's a good question. Benjamin has learned that creating allies in a new city when coming like this can be instantly very, very beneficial.
Ah. That poor
I was the one who
sod.
fucking worked for that, you.
That's actually everyone thinks that when they first meet the premier of this city, I think.
Probably.
Epic.
Mm-hmm. Particular things I learned. Shit. Can I go with a remembrance instead? I'm not so much sure there's too much to learn for Vivian. Because, you know, a lot of the shit's not even really happened. Yeah, and the other one was the end of the meeting.
You can go with telling us a character aspect we might not be familiar with. Something that goes through her head but isn't necessarily spelled out. And that can cover, you know, a wider range of time.
I mean, she's actually fairly worried about how crazy that she isn't compared to a lot of her compatriots. She's very wary of what that might mean in other ways.
Okay. Why aren't I screeching defiance from my tower?
Exactly.
Okay. Gregory.
The people in the city seem to be unable to talk to each other unless there's an intermediary.
I mean,
Why is irregularity?
if it's Tremere, no one will talk to them without someone else as a co-lead.
Yeah, they're just. Did you really need me to go in there and to? Apparently, yes. You really needed me to have to do the talk to them because you couldn't just talk to them. Okay, fine.
Do you think it would have made more sense if she knew some of the security measures they got?
Yeah.
I don't think you quite realize just how dangerous just walking in that chantry actually could be if they don't like what you got.
It has
I
a
mean-
sanctity rating of 6. It can literally
Yeah.
rearrange itself to trap you in a featureless cube until they're ready to retrieve you.
Yeah.
So the
Still.
Tremere are kind of afraid of the gangrel to come out, and everyone else is afraid of not coming out of there the same person that they went in, because they're cunts.
And it was all William's fault.
Well, yes.
It was, yeah.
So
That's another
Sicard,
lesson.
what
Everything-
have we
the red-
learned?
The fucking Mouks of this city are just.
No, that's actually
can't trust
pretty normal. It was actually out of character just how well they seem to function. It all makes sense now.
Are you saying the demons behind this?
No, it's more that Malks are generally this fucked up. It's just that it can take time for it to...
They're normally holding a building hostage
It-
because they
Yeah.
think those shrines are outside.
Yeah.
Malks
What?
are fucking
What?
crazy. Them functioning as a unified, organized clan, almost as organized as the fucking Tremere, is fucking unheard of. Well, not unheard of, but rare. It takes a rare combination of personalities for the arrangements to arrange in a way that allows this to happen. Usually
is it
they're off
Vivian?
on their own, screeching some kind of madness at everyone.
Why isn't Vivian here? The alpha madness Malk.
Vivian is the
I have
alpha
stuff to
dog.
do.
No, you don't. You have one of your fucking children autistically screeching at everybody.
I apologize, but that's pretty normal.
It happens.
Come on.
This is literally the sheriff's job.
To drag the Malks out of their fucking den and spank them?
Well,
No,
when you
It's
need
what
to...
the sheriff wants to do. If the sheriff wants to try and punish people and then, try and go through with it, that's up to him.
He has a choice of either letting them out get away without punishment or somehow getting him out of there.
And he's like summoned everybody for this.
I mean, everyone
Yeah,
came
this-
along so the Nosferatu wouldn't just kill them out, because they were already in the clearing.
So wait, why do we have a race war between the Malks and the... You know what? I've learned that this city is literally always on the edge of a race war.
It is.
I did not
It's on
fucking
the
know
edge
that.
of everywhere.
I legitimately thought it was the map. Oh,
It's on the edge of
I
every
thought-
race war.
I have no idea what anyone said.
was trying to speak.
What is Sicard's lesson here? Given that Malks, you would have seen events like this before. You've lived long enough, and the Malks have been a part of your life for a very long time. This happens.
I would say that I guess my lesson would be about the hunters of the city. They're not the normal like standard Joe hunter. They're ready to throw the fuck down.
2 fucking Humvees with 50 cals. We coming for
Yeah,
you,
no.
lad.
Yeah, no. He thought at most they might be able to get like a machine gun and their rifles. No, they brought literal fucking militarized Humvees to I don't know prove a point. They're
To be
these aren't
fair, you threw a car through their meeting place.
They slashed my tires.
You seem to that's the amount of escalation there.
Escalation is fun.
What do you mean? Four,
Okay,
like 8 tires, and I only threw one car through their wall. I was de-escalating the situation. I should have
Bacon.
thrown a car for every tire.
Alua say, what has he learned?
His current politics are very unstable, and he and his clan should choose to aside or to stand with the Bruja or to stand with the Malkavian. It seems that trying to appease both won't work.
I mean, it will de-escalate, right? The clans will be friends.
No. Knowing Malkavians and knowing Bruja, it's going to get worse. And it's good for the Nosferatu.
Okay. So, I think the pity point has to go to Jackalor's character.
Yep.
So,
I think RP goes over to Allied for tossing the car into the meeting place.
sure. So, 3 to Gregory, Sighart, and David. And 2 to everyone else. So, which NPCs do you think deserve some fucking points? Demi.
One NPC that I believe deserves some point is the one who interacted with Gregory, the actor.
Ah,
Sybil. I've learned her name.
Sybil, yeah, it's Sybil.
okay. And the other?
And besides Sybil, I think I want to give one to, even though she might leave soon, but that doesn't matter, Alexandra, the Tremere. I think in the whole responsibility of now her assuming the regent position, essentially, she's learning some bit.
Okay. Epic.
I give both of mine to Valda. Going through a bunch of shit. The clan isn't very much listening to her. She's being somewhat reprimanded from the higher ups, getting her face burned.
Okay. Lambert. Might be muted.
Sorry, I was responding to something outside the game. Yeah, 1 point to Sybil and 1 point to Kurt for having to deal with all of this shit.
I mean, those couple of shots to the face, there goes any chance of healing the ag. Again!
He at least healed one ag. I gave him yesterday.
How close this is in night? Because I think there was bullshit at the start of the night. Because Demi's whole thing was happening, etc. I think he might not have had enough blood to heal reliably. That's the thing. Because he's also spending blood and he has to squeeze in hunts when he can. But okay, Allied.
I have a dumb question.
Yes.
Can I give that bartender an XP point?
He doesn't have a sheet, so no.
Do any of the hunters I saw?
understand you.
Mostly they've been running off of generic sheets because people have mostly left them alone till now.
Okay. Then I will give one to Frank for being the absolute best boy in my fucking madness. And I have to give my other one to Kurt. Jeanette just didn't earn it.
Okay.
Kurt's been shot in the face with multiple times.
Kurt is currently sitting at 120 XP. I think he's gained exactly 50 since he joined the game however many sessions ago.
Cool.
Bacon.
We need to give to the only guy with balls on the siege, Frank. And Byron, the good Byron. He he finally had a chance to go back. I think it was on Harvey like for 3 days straight.
I know, right?
Okay.
He's getting back. There's hope for him.
Right then. And then, any last feedbacks, thoughts, etc.?
I'm buying expression to 4.
That
Can we
is
not let Mount
acceptable to
Soda?
me. Go ahead. And go ahead and
We
pick
not
your
let-
specialty. Other than that.
While I'm having fun listening in all this, I have to go and fucking pick up the pieces. I'm so sad.
Oh, nobody told you about my masquerade breach yet. Well, that's part of the riots now.
It's okay, eventually Tyrone will be dogged down. What you
I
did...
don't think so. I think he's gonna die.
I'm
I think
tempted
a
to
lot
throw
of people
that
are.
It's
No, you forget. Bacon's going to throw the Molotov fairly soon after we start up again.
I mean, I'm going home. Kurt's not paying me enough money for this.
Well, essentially, it's gonna take Tyrone a little bit of time to unclench, especially when there's a Nosferatu peeking out on occasion. Right there, over that fucking fence.
Which one?
And this one here.
Yep. That time will not exist.
Well, barring players killing him before then, he will eventually come off of his tower.
No, I think he's going to die. I'm not even gonna say it's just the players. There's riots going on.
Yes, but the riots are
What?
downtown. This is about as far as you can be and still be in the city.
Oh, okay. He'll be alright from those then.
Yeah, he's
I thought he was
like...
gonna have people start running in there and getting exploded, and then they all just start throwing shit at him.
No, it's over on the north, western part of the city, so he's gonna be okay from the riots. With-
Just
well,
one question, if I may.
Yeah?
Since I don't think we actually did that to the end, would the supposed Tremere region have told me what the fuck's on the radio? Or do we just leave that for next session?
I
We're
think
not
she
really
would-
quite done. We got a lot of stuff to actually do.
Fair enough.
She would eventually inform you. It's just that, you know, the ghouls are gonna let her make the call, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. I was just gonna see, like, because if we're turning to night or not.
We're definitely
I
not
would-
turning the night. I think we're gonna spend at least one more session on this night. So we're gonna turn over the night next week, but
The
definitely not
only
now.
person whose night currently is really ended is Jack.
And
A
he
lot of other
wanted
people are
to-
getting closer, but
yeah,
we're not there yet.
and Jack wanted to think about how he can, like, why this keeps happening to him and why he keeps making decisions like this, because he was clearly off kilter there.
Oh, yes. I was going like, well, the worst decision would be to go back. Jack, what are you doing?
Wait, what happened in the first place to cause the race war?
Jackalore, he had like 2 or 3 masquerade breaches. He trained like 4 or 5 people, had gangs chasing him and shooting him, and then he got captured by hunters.
Not in that order. It was all mixed up.
Wait, when did the hunters capture him in the first part?
Towards
Was
then,
that-
when he came back to one of his crime scenes to try and get the last body he hadn't dumpstered.
So
The hunters found the body and were investigating it. We're calling in some other people to check it out. And then he failed stealthing around them, and they
And then
found him
earlier
and chased
that
him down.
night, he. Oh no.
I mean, they
Somebody
came
got
around,
Jack.
they heard someone sneaking away from the spot, so they went to check it, and he just took off running, so they took off after him, because why else would they?
Yep.
And then they cornered him, and were slowly approaching, trying to talk to him, and he decided to, go for combat, so at that point it's like, okay, yeah, no, we know what's happening here, kill him.
Yeah, no, if the hunters kill Jacklor, that's fine. That's one of the bad vampires.
You know how his night ended? He spent a health level to summon the gargoyle to him, down in the naval base's holding cells. The gargoyle came there, killed the guard that was in the room with him. Jacklor offered it a life boon for rescue, and the gargoyle was like, nah, mate. This ain't fucking worth it, I'm going to the prince.
So Jacklor's still in a holding cell.
Oh, yes.
Yes. In the
At-
Navy base.
At
In
the
a
na-
basement.
After earlier that day, oh no.
Literally later that night, someone went on a murderous rampage and just killing people left and right, using the riots as cover, apparently, to indulge in their horrible atrocities.
What year is this again?
61.
19
Civil rights
Yep,
movement
61.
allied. That's why there was such a... That's why the city is such a powder keg. And Jackalow just lit a spark.
You know what? I, for one, welcome the Supreme Court case. Are vampires people?
You know, I think the National Guard is gonna be in the city when the night takes over. I'm just saying.
That's even worse. Oh no.
There might be a curfew. Have fun.
Oh, that's not what I'm worried about at all. I'm worried about when the civil rights movers go, yeah, no, fuck the curfew. The National Guard would never open fire into civilians. Oh.
Yeah, no, that's also gonna be a thing.
We need Jesus.
It was a simple failure and a bad luck roll on Jackalor's part when the people he was trying to hunt, because he feeds exclusively on black people, tried to mug him. He then dominated them to go away, causing a masquerade breach. He then summoned one of them back with presents 4, except that they had told about the weird guy to some of their friends, so they came as a group, and it kept escalating and escalating.
Why, Jackalor?
You make it sound like it was quite that simple. No, he didn't do the summon immediately after either. He first went and spent time trying to find them, wasting probably a good
No, he spent
hour.
He spent time hunting, I think.
Oh yes, it wasn't even to fucking investigate. It was to actually get more blood. He spent an entire hour afterwards.
Hmm.
I mean,
this is why I told Kurt, hey, there's a massacre. I caused a masquerade breach. All right, fuck it. Jackalor, on the other hand.
Oh, right.
Fuck.
Did you mention it? Oh, right, because you might need to do some dominate. Yeah, he'll file that away. Ask
Yeah, no,
later.
I told
I mean, you didn't actually describe it, but you did say you were going to tell him. So
Yeah.
No, I told him there's gonna be some dominate needed.
Yeah, that's fine.
okay.
Doesn't necessarily describe just how bad it is, but sure.
To be fair though, the riots are the greatest fucking cover for this at the very least.
Oh, that I wasn't worried about your little thing there. I was worried about the hunter's reaction.
There's
I
also
wasn't
that
really worried about your
weapons
mass breach.
factory that has a lot of black people having access to military-grade explosives of the kind you put into missiles.
Wait, what?
They're making
Yeah.
weaponry for destroyers and the like in a factory there, and they Bacon made the decision to employ as many black people as possible in that factory.
Hello, Civil War.
I mean, it was a
I
good
think I'm gonna
idea,
go with the
but
Tremere for a
people-
while.
You could try
I
and
do
stay in the
not wanna do
Chantry. They might have a good supply of blood by now. They've owned the hospitals for a while. Might be
I
the
do
only
not
safe place.
I do not want to be a white person in this city in the next night or two.
You mean a few months, most likely, but
good thing that I'm black.
I hope you weren't hoping for an economy in New Orleans.
They've been working on that for years by now.
Oh well. Good session, everybody. I can't believe I watched this.
to be fair, we were expecting a real big kind of fuck up around here. So, as far as the economy went, so the civil rights didn't exactly sneak up
Out
on
of
us
character,
here.
I will tell you, I didn't expect this to happen when you got rid of the Sabbat, because they were gonna be the ones that did this kind of spark bullshit. That's why they were here.
Really? You did? Okay. If that's what you. Okay.
They were gonna essentially they fucked up, and you were able to essentially scare them off because your reputation definitely precedes you at this point. So they just pulled the plug on it.
Well, look, you just don't understand player characters.
I know. I honestly thought that. Well, 95% I thought that that bullet was well and truly dart, 5% something stupid happens, and Jackalor delivered.
Are we allowed to take a vacation out of the city when the race war happens that spreads across the country?
I mean, you're a fucking elder, who's gonna stop you?
Okay, good.
You could just escape to Baton Rouge and take over that city while this goes on.
I hear Mexico is looking nice this time of year. Go visit a few friends. Come back later.
Anyway, I'm gonna end the recording and the stream here. I hope everyone enjoyed this. Oh boy, is it burning again.